movies.
Ahoy there, movie geeks. Welcome to the 1980s Best Picture Tournament. Thank you, all 11 of you who are here. I'm talking to myself over here.
That's how you got to do it.
I'm echoing through myself. Give me a second.
Because you need a longer mustache to tune yourself in.
Let me see if I can get you going there.
There you go.
Anyways, there we go. Screw that. I had two
Come on
screens
over,
up. And I was
Derek.
playing
Come
the video in
Come
one
on back.
through both speakers. Oh, that was weird. Okay. That's why I don't want to do polls during the thing, because then I have to have the video on the same screen and my
Yeah.
speakers come through my second monitor, which echoes into the computer with the microphone. Doesn't work that way. Anyways, thank you for being here. We are doing the 50 Best Picture nominees of the 1980s, and I have a lovely panelist of folks here who are nice enough to be here instead of watching the Lost Girls podcast, which everyone else is doing. So I'll just go in order here. We have the Hall of Famer, Tony from Basement Blues.
Hello.
First timer here. Thank you for being here, Tony. I
Yeah, glad to be
wanted
here.
you for the 80s one.
I love the
So
80s.
thank you for doing it.
We're not worthy.
And as always, I have the other Derek, Mr. Peer Hangout here, who was nice enough to say, I want to do all of these after the first one we did. So hence why he does all of these. And I appreciate that very much.
Yes.
Love the Oscars. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for showing interest. There are two of us that like the Oscars enough to do this every week. Then we have the great Huck from Huck's Hawk Culture Cafe. We all know.
Hello, my
I'm the
friends.
least famous one here, so I shouldn't even have to introduce these people, but I will, because that's what we do, and we love
And
everybody.
then my buddy.
And this over here to my left and on the screen is my under left, Mr. Fish, the film collector. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again. Yeah, no, I love the Oscars too. Thank you for this is my third one. Yeah, so I've been on all of them as well. So yeah, I'm excited to do these. This actually gives me a chance to check out some movies that I've never seen before. So I'm really excited.
Yes, it forces me to watch movies I've owned for years, like A Color Purple, which I've had since 2015 on Blu-ray, and finally opened it this week to watch it, and it's great. We'll get
Was
into
that
it later.
your first time watch? Is that a first
Yeah.
time watch?
Yeah, I'm gonna be coughing all night. By the way, just to apologize in advance because I've been sick for like 10 days.
Ooh.
Oh
So-
man.
Well, glad you're
Which is why
feeling
it's nice that
better.
we're all virtual, so we don't have to worry about getting each other sick when we do this.
Right.
It's
Hey,
the
let me
one good thing
let me
about it.
clean my mic just in case.
Yeah. Spray the
Yeah.
lights off.
It's not COVID. I tested for it, so I got that going for me. Yeah, going over these, I'm just gonna say my first thought, just looking into all these nominees, because I've only seen now like 60% of them, and like what I grasped from this set of nominees is they're either all-time classics
Mhm.
or completely forgettable dramas. That's the
Yeah.
there's no in between in
Yeah.
the 1980s.
That's pretty
Always thought it
solid.
was kind of like the weakest decade of Best Picture nominees, and now that I look through them again thoroughly, I was like, yeah, I think I was right. So it's gonna be fun once we, cut off the fat in the beginning. I'll put it that
Yeah, let's go. Let's start trimming.
way. Without further
Yeah,
ado,
there's a lot of fat to
Really
trim off
fat.
of here. Like if you're talking time wise on some of these movies.
right? Yeah, every one of these movies is 3.5 hours long.
Like
Or
today.
some of them felt like that.
They
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Or they're 2 hours and they felt like 3 hours. Exactly. That's how they
Yeah.
do it. I was gonna pop through the chat here since I'm bad about remembering. We got Holland Oates. He's always around.
Yes, he
Hey,
is.
What's up,
Holland.
Here. He's always commenting on my various videos and such. So thank you, sir, for that.
He's
So-
Kevin
dude.
Buster's here. He's done a couple of these with us.
Ben,
and
I'm sure he'll be back at some point. Tiana Loves Movies is here. I don't think I've seen you
Tiana.
here before, but
Hey,
you're
Tiana.
everywhere too. So
Welcome.
welcome. Glad to see you. Movie Hunter 2020. He's the Steelbook Master, if I'm remembering correctly.
yes, yes.
Yeah, smash that like button. Like I said, I'm gonna forget because I'm coughing and louder. I'm gonna cough so loud I can't hear anything that you're saying, so I apologize.
nice.
Fish is here. That's no surprise, right? We got Steve Mears,
Hey, Steve.
What's going on,
Chase
Steve?
Wilson. The intros are thank
Chase.
you. That was my lazy intro. I was telling these guys. I made like a halfway decent one last time, and then one of the 10 songs I used got flagged, so it wasn't watchable in like most countries because of using Jai Ho from Slumdog Millionaire for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then
All it
restream it.
takes. That's all it takes.
I'm like, oh, screw it. I'm using generic music then.
Yeah, and the generic music fit it pretty well to me. I thought it looked really good and sounded good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
random stuff I downloaded. I'm like, yeah, this sounds like movies. Yeah, she knows what's up. She's watching both.
Yeah, nice move.
Nice.
Mel,
Wow, yeah,
Mel's
she's got
here.
Mel
She's at
even
the other
came by.
Got two TVs,
She's a real
got
pro.
two TVs in her living room, so she's like, bam.
That's
So,
great.
Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Yeah. And thanks for popping into my chat. I'm sure you're still busy over there. It's only been an hour since you guys started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y'all ladies.
Talking about rom-coms.
Hey, Vin.
Hard Copy Blues. He was on here before.
Hey, Vin.
And,
Actually on point.
Render, yes, literally and figuratively on point. Render the fat. Let us render this fat, gentlemen. I sneak peeked our first round here. Like I said, it's going to take a lot of talking for some of these. Some
You know
of these
what?
not so
I
much.
wanted to tell you, Derek, before we get started, is the one thing I've noticed. You talk about, you these epic long movies. Is after doing all this, I feel like the 80s are two things for me now. 80s, when I think back to it, it's the best decade because it has all the best sci-fi, comedies, action, adventures,
Yes.
all that stuff. Back to the Future, Raiders, all that great stuff. And then there's these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Oscars did
whenever
not
I
follow
finally, whenever I finally think back to 80s, oddly enough, these are not those. But let's talk about them.
Yeah, a handful of them are.
Some of them squeak in there, but yes, for the most part.
Most of them are directed by Steven Spielberg. We'll get to those. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like it's the weakest decade for the Oscars because like the last, like everyone complains about movies nowadays. It was like I like all these movies way more than most of these movies that I've seen.
Right.
And they're at least interesting.
Yeah. I was
These
going to
are
say
all, like, very
we've come a long way in our Best Picture nominees, right?
Exactly. Yeah, people complain about them, but it's like they're like they don't pick movies that people actually see anymore. I'm like, did people see these movies? Nobody cares about these anymore, except for like Indiana Jones.
Right
So,
on.
We'll get into that.
Well, let's find out how much. Let's go.
We'll see how far that one makes it. I'm sure pretty
right.
far. Just
Well,
give it
think
a couple
about going to the theater back in the 80s. we didn't have all this stuff we have nowadays, where you could just watch every little trailer, every little thing back then.
Right.
So I remember going to see The Last Emperor in the theater, not knowing anything about it, and how disappointed I was.
It was what was available.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what was out.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're talking about these two? Yeah.
Yeah. So we have
It
Last
looked
Emperor
great, though. It looked
and
great.
On Golden Pond with Henry Fonda and
Oh, the
the
old
other
people.
Hepburn, Catherine Hepburn.
So we're
Tim's
talking about
least favorite Hepburn.
yeah.
I actually really like The Last Emperor. I've only watched it once, and it was probably about a decade ago. It's like all these movies, very, very long, but it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. And I think it went 9 for 9 at the Oscars. It won every single thing it was nominated for,
Ooh,
but it wasn't
which
nominated for acting. It was in the video I did about that. But yeah,
Big
it
Criterion.
crushed it that year. That is for sure. And On Golden Pond, at this point, it's pretty much just famous for being like Henry Fonda's last movie that he was in.
Yeah.
Actually, it's famous for this. You're my knight in shining armor.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I
That's
know
what I
it.
re- that's
I
what I
know it from-
remember. it for.
Jim Carrey like had it in his stand-up. Like if you go back and look at his stand-up, he
That's right.
did all the parts for On Golden Pond. That's all I know about it because I didn't get a chance to watch it in prep for this.
It's actually a stupendous thing. That
Yeah.
act, yeah. Doing that.
Yeah, that's one I hadn't watched either. Fish, you haven't chimed in much about
Well, I
these.
was gonna say I haven't seen either one of them, so I can't
There you
talk on one. The one on Golden Pond I really want to see because I enjoy Jane Fonda. I've not seen any Henry Fonda. I don't believe. Oh, sorry, 12 Angry Men. I've seen 12 Angry Men, but other than that, I really don't think I've seen anything. But I do enjoy Catherine Hepburn. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to check out either one of these. But yes, I plan on it.
Yes.
So my spot on impression is
Kind of been mouthy over here, so.
That's just one that was like hard to get. Like I don't own it, and it wasn't streaming. I think so. It's like, all right, I guess I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah.
And
I do like The Last Emperor, though, like you do, Derek. I think that's a really good movie.
On Golden Pond. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying Last Emperor is gorgeous, but yeah.
On Golden Pond was on Pluto. I should have let you guys know where some of these were, where you could stream some of these. I didn't even know.
That's what it was. I did. I looked them all up, and I was like, yeah, a lot of them are on Pluto and Tubi and stuff because I watched a couple of them on Pluto. That was the one I forgot about.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
since we're all so excited about these two movies, I'll just start it off and say I haven't seen Go on Golden Pond, but I really, really enjoy The Last Emperor, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with that one.
Same.
And
with me.
it's a sweeper, so you can't deny the 9 out of 9 sweeper.
Right. It's one of those epic movies as far as the way it looks. It's one of those big movies.
And the story is interesting too. I mean that shift that we see in the culture is like monumental. Like it really is interesting. I like the movie.
How about you, Hug?
Yeah, I'm going to sway towards the epic nature of The Last Emperor. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit to get through it, but On Golden Pond had some good performances. Like a bunch of old people. Oh, yeah, we go again. But yeah, I'm as a film, I have to lean towards The Last Emperor.
Yeah,
it checks off so many boxes.
It does, yeah. Well, that's already enough, so Fish doesn't have to feel bad about not seeing
I
it.
don't have to chime in on this one. I would have said Last Emperor just because of visually, costume, design, production, everything about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to look at
Everything about it is great.
it was directed by Bernardo Bertolucci. I don't know if anybody mentioned that.
Yep, Bernardo Bertolucci.
Bertolucci.
Tony, had you seen both of them?
That's the wrong accent.
I've never seen On Golden Pond.
Oh, okay. So it was just Huck. You're the only one that's seen them both.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's here.
And only once. I've only seen him once. So
Yeah.
A lot of these are one-timers, I have a feeling.
Same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
all right. These two.
All right. We got Dustin Hoffman and Tootsie, which is adorable. And it's one I've only seen once, but I'd seen it, so I didn't bother to watch it again for this. And Missing, which is the only movie nominated for Best Picture of the Year, came out that I haven't seen, and it's not on Blu-ray in America.
Mm-mm.
And that made me angry, and it wasn't streaming anywhere.
Yeah. I'm a big
And I
fan.
wasn't going to be able to get it in time to watch it. So
I'm a big fan of Sissy Spacek, but I've never seen Missing.
yeah, and Jack Lemmon's awesome and everything.
Yes. And as far as Tootsie, Tootsie's the original Mrs. Doubtfire to me. I love Tootsie. I saw it in the theater when it came out, and it was just hilarious and heartwarming and all those good things. And I still enjoy watching it.
Tootsie's great. Yeah, I need to watch it again. I just
good soundtrack.
I didn't need to watch it, so I didn't watch it this week. But it is really, really good. And Bill Murray's in it too, right? For like
he's really good and very naturalistic in it, and I like seeing him in a supporting role. This was like right before he started, or right before Ghostbusters. So, and I think actually it was after Caddyshack, but he's in a supporting role that's not like over the top in any way. So it was really cool to see him like this without the same sort of stardom that he has like in Wes Anderson movies. Sure, he's supporting in those, but it's Bill Murray.
Yeah, before he got too big for his britches, as I always like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost catches you off guard how underplayed he is, you know, because when he comes on, it's Bill, and you go, "Oh my God, is that Bill Murray?" Like that's how, like, and yeah, you nailed it, Mr. Hangout. And also, I love the ladies in this. Terry Garr and Jessica Lange, I think, are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And just the lines in this thing when he's all dressed up in drag, you know, and the camera's really close, and he's like, "Okay, like, can you? What is it? Can you back up a little bit so he can look a little better?" And he goes, "How about Cleveland?" You know?
Oh yeah. How do you feel about Cleveland?
Yeah, I'd feel about Cleveland. It's so good. I remember seeing that as well, Tony, in the theater. And just, I think I saw it a couple times.
Yeah.
So,
and
yeah.
Jessica Lange was really impressive in it as well. She felt so naturalistic. Like when
she
she's
really did.
Like walking around her apartment or house, I can't remember which it is, but just the way she interacts with all of her, like the set is just, I don't know, everything felt so real with her. I feel like I've never been more impressed with her.
Yeah.
She won for that too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
And you also get Gina Davis in that too.
Yeah.
Like Gina Davis.
I saw that was
Dabney Coleman.
That was her very first movie, for her very first anything.
Oh, Gina Davis, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good first anything. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Exactly.
This was actually the first time I'd actually seen it. So, Tootsie. You know Tootsie. It's it's a American, icon. But actually sit down and watch it and enjoy it. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed this. I really, really did. So yeah.
It's definitely one of those, they probably can't make it nowadays kind of movies.
The conversation would be very different in it.
Is anyone not going to vote for Prizzi? Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think we've made our vote.
Yeah, well, having not seen The Missing, so
maybe if Missing was easier to watch, we'd have seen it, and it's amazing for all we know.
Right.
I didn't want to import a Blu-ray for a stream that they wouldn't have been here on in time.
Like, it was Derek, right?
Derek, you gave Tim Talks Talkies like a box of media, right?
I sent him my old Jurassic Park Blu-rays, and I found
I love that steelbook
at Half Price Books. I was like, "Do you want this?"
Well, wasn't Missing in it?
No, he just bought. I showed that to him.
Oh,
because we were talking about this.
Okay.
I was like, "Yeah, there's no Blu-ray in America for this," and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it because he loves Jurassic Park."
Okay.
He got it to
that's
right.
He
knew I wasn't going to. I assume.
I was confused there for a second.
No.
Yeah, that Casablanca steal is great.
Yeah. It was such. Yeah, it was like $5, and it was like an import. I'm like, he'll want this if he doesn't already have it.
Nice.
And I was right. Okay, I don't want to downplay the Killing Fields here because I haven't seen it, and I'm sure it's fantastic, and I really do want to watch it. But it's going up against Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Do you want to?
Does anyone have anything great to say about the Killing Fields before we vote for Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Great. Okay. It's just intense. It's so intense and sad and just yeah. I mean, when you use the word drama, you can't get as more dramatic than that film. That's the one with Hang and Snore, right?
Yes.
Who won the Oscar
He
for
won
that?
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sam
Making sure I'm
Waterston is the other guy in it,
remembering.
right?
Yeah.
But
and Malkovich too.
Oh, nice.
And look at that theatrical poster. Look at all that writing on that poster.
I know.
What's
If you
up
got to
with
read the poster, it's a no.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Back when they put reviews on the poster. Yeah.
yeah, and when you're putting it side by side with Raiders, I mean, there's no way I can vote against Raiders with the Killing Fields.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Killing Fields-
greatness is also rewatchability too, and if I can't put a rewatchability check mark up against Raiders, it's
hard to beat.
Yeah.
On that front. Yes.
And Killing Fields is very good. Like Huck was saying, it is like it's brutal, kind of hard to watch. I had to watch it for a class I took in college on war art. I think like war photography or something like that. And I just remember I've only seen it that one time, so it's been a long time, but I remember it being pretty brutal. But it's up against Raiders.
Right.
Yeah.
This isn't Crystal Skull we're talking about here.
Right.
In that case, I would just pick Killing Fields out of respect of the actor in it. But yeah. Anyone else have a thought before we choose Raiders?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've not seen Killing Fields. I mean, I remember when it came out when I was younger, but that's about all. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well,
And you have one of my favorite movies ever, Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what I'd like to say is I think because we're so focusing on Raiders just beating Killing Fields, let's talk about Raiders for a second.
Yeah.
I want to mention just how much this film impacted me when I went to go see it. And Tony, I don't know if you remember when you went to the theater or if anybody else saw it in the theater, but I didn't really know what it was. I remember seeing some preliminary photographs. I thought it was a Western because I saw the hat and the silhouette with the sun.
Oh, sure.
and I just went not expecting a thing. And I mean, when I left that theater, I was so happy that I just, couldn't wait to get back in and see it again. I think I saw it 7 or 8 times in the theater, played for over a year in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is where I'm from. It played for over a year. And I saw it the last week when I knew it was leaving. It was on midnight movies and it was still making money. So.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite movies. This is when I fell in love with, I don't know, action adventure as a kid. But I do remember watching Star Wars. We rented it when I was younger. But this is I don't know, there's something about Indiana Jones.
Yeah. It was.
I never actually watched these until I was 15. Whenever the DVD trilogy came out, I bought it for my dad for his birthday, which is also Christmas. So it was his birthday gift, and I was like, I've never seen these. So then we oddly enough, so we watched them all together. I was 15 or 16 years old when that came out, and I just binge watched them with him all week. And I was I just fell in love with them organically as a teenager. 20 odd years after they came out.
Strangely enough, I was 15 years old when it came out, first released, and so I was 15 years old when I watched it, and I remember seeing it in the theater. Just like Huck, we didn't know anything about these films. There was nothing for us to know about it other than, hey, there's a movie playing. And so I remember the airplane scene, just the tension of, is this guy going to get chopped up with this airplane spinning around and then fighting? And then, of course, the boulder chasing him, the snakes, all of the good stuff. It was just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the sound effects, I remember the I was big in the sound, and those guns are so beefy. Those things are amazing. Yeah. It was.
I remember seeing the stunt show for this at MGM, Disney MGM theme park or whatever.
Yeah. Probably
I think that was right before I actually watched the movie. So that really made me want to see this movie because they did the airplane stunt live.
The stunt show's really good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Raiders then.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's outstanding. It's one of those in hindsight, it should have won.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be putting the Killing Fields in a stunt show at any of the theme parks.
Right.
Yeah, that would be that would be looked poorly upon. Let's put it that way. That's just depressing now that I'm thinking of that. All right. So every one so far, it's here's one I've seen and here's one I haven't.
Yeah.
So we have Fatal Attraction, which is, a nice sexy movie that everyone enjoys. And A Passage to India, which is a really long movie, which, as we see, has a lot of writing on the poster
Yeah,
telling you how good it is.
That's the warning. That's the
Just to
warning.
get you to see the movie.
Here's your disclaimer. Sign at the bottom before you go in.
Yeah, it's like, come on, see the movie. It's really good. Come on. Runtime 4 hours and 27 minutes. You know, come on.
Wow.
Against Fatal Attraction, where they cook a bunny or whatever happens. It's been a while.
I will.
But yeah, honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen Fatal Attraction, but it's good.
It is.
So I won't get too much into it. It's probably the thing Glenn Close should have won her Oscar for.
Yeah.
Which she still has not done.
And when that came out, it was more when Fatal Attraction came out, it was a big deal because there really wasn't a film with this kind of subject matter in it. Obsession and stalker and all this kind of stuff, and revenge type film. To me, I thought that was pretty good. A Passage to India, I've never even seen.
You didn't see it when it came out?
No, I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, it's one of those like, oh yeah, that's a movie. Like I've heard of it. Has anyone seen A Passage to India that can say nice things about it before we click on Fatal Attraction by default?
No, but I think I'm trying to look this up really quick, but I think Alec Guinness is in A Passage to India, and I think he is playing an Indian in it. So
yeah, he did that a lot.
I could be wrong, or that could be a different movie I'm thinking of, but where he did something like that. But I think I did hear that. So, which is kind of surprising even for the 80s, but maybe not.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, he does do that in something. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. But yeah, I've only seen Fatal Attraction of the two here, and like you said, Glenn Close has made an iconic character that people still quote.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to go with that one.
Anyone else?
Well, here, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to be ignored, Derek. Oh.
I need to buy Fatal Attraction. I don't have that one yet. Let me get that.
It's so good. I just got the.
I was hoping that would be one of the Black Friday Paramount movies this year, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So Fatal Attraction then.
Yep.
Let's going twice. Fatal Attraction. Here we go. Okay.
Done.
All right. Oh, okay. Here's a good one where we might actually have to think.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh no!
These are. I watched both of these.
No!
For the first time, we have The Color Purple, Tony's favorite movie ever, nominated for 11 Academy Awards and winner of 0, not including Steven Spielberg, who was not nominated somehow. And then you have Broadcast News, which was James L. Brooks, am I right? Yes, with William Hurt, Albert Brooks, no relation, I don't think, and Holly Hunter.
Great cast.
Yes, I love all that. I thought Broadcast News was like an intense news drama for some reason.
Yeah.
And I watched it. I'm like, oh, it's funny. I guess that makes sense because it's James L. Brooks and everything he does is funny.
Right.
And it has Albert Brooks in it, and he's hilarious. So why wouldn't it be funny?
Yeah.
It's so well written.
But so it kind of caught me off guard. So it kind of like took a minute to grow on me for that reason. But let's let Tony talk about how much he loves
so I love both of those films. And with Broadcast News, what was different about it was typically in films, they always try to have some lady be the ditzy one. And in this one, William Hurt's kind of like the ditz. And, and how you see him change. And Holly Hunter was excellent in this also. She was kind of like in charge. And I don't know, to me, I just really loved it. Color Purple, though, hands down would be my favorite just because it was epic for me and I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed everything about it. So, Color Purple gets my vote, but I love both of these films.
Right. Derek, how about you?
Yeah, I saw Broadcast News probably, I don't know, 12 years ago. I've only seen it one time. And Holly Hunter was the standout, and which is kind of surprising because I do love Albert Brooks. I love a lot of his work, but for some reason he didn't stand out to me. And even now when I'm like thinking back, I'm trying to remember him in it, but I just keep remembering Holly Hunter and how great she was in it. But Color Purple, seen it a handful of times, and like Tony said, it's extremely epic, well made. And yeah, I have to go with that one. Hard to watch too.
Yeah.
Great though.
Yeah.
Huck, where you at? I know you like Holly Hunter a lot, so
I do. All right, so I'm gonna probably have to get on the other wagon on this one. I love Color Purple, but because you put it up against this film, I love this film. It's like it took them forever to find Holly Hunter for that role, and she's so pitch perfect. Like they just he couldn't find it. And when they saw Holly in a play, they're like, we found the girl. And Albert Brooks, he's the one that's always got the flop sweat, and he's the one that knows what to say. And he's always telling Holly to tell him, Hurt, what to say on camera. And then he always tweaks it just a little bit, so it's not word for word what she's saying. And he can do it while she's talking in his ear. It's just, and then Joan Cusack's in it as a great supporting role. I just get so much joy out of that film. I really wish you didn't put it up against The Color Purple, but because I have so much. Well, I mean, damn you bracket fights. I just love it that much, and I love Holly that much that I have to pick Broadcast News on this one. I'm sure I'll be the big vote, but there you go. Fish, come on, join me.
Well, I wish I could. I love all the actors in Broadcast News. I actually have not ever seen Broadcast News. He's out.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Oh no! But like I said, I love all these actors. I just watched a William Hurt movie right before we got in here. I love Holly Hunter. I love Albert Brooks, but I've never seen it. But I do remember when it came out, and I do remember seeing the commercial over and over again. There's a certain scene where somebody's they're trying to get a tape to the production, and it's go, and somebody's sliding under drawers and stuff. I do remember that kind of scene, but I've never seen it. So that's the only thing I know from Broadcast News. But like I said, I love all those actors. But
and what's funny is I worked in TV. I was in that whole environment back in the day. So hauling ass with the tape and getting it in and hitting play. I mean, just at that moment, I've been there, and when I saw, I'm like, yes, there was that's exactly what it's like. So even though it's funny, it's also a slice of reality.
Definitely check it out. It's worth the watch.
No, I do. I want to. I almost got it in the last Criterion sale, but I didn't pull the trigger on it. I went
get it this next sale.
But I do want to. That being said, The Color Purple is one of my favorite movies ever. To this day, I watch it at least once a year. It always makes me cry to this day. I've been watching it since it came out. The performances are amazing. Oh my gosh, Whoopi Goldberg should have won the Oscar for this, in my opinion.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Danny Glover was amazing. I've never seen him in a role like that, or I don't think I've seen him in one like that since. Just how awful he was. And then the supporting cast was with Oprah Winfrey and everyone else. Lawrence Fishburne popped in there, Ray Don Chong. But everybody was amazing in this movie. Color Purple was one of my favorites. It's right up there, probably top 5 for me. So I can't. I'm sorry, Huck, I can't do it.
Oh, it's good. I'm with it. If you wanted to put it against this in a heartbeat, I'd pick that. But my heart has to pick.
Well,
but I'm with you guys. I think it's
first of all, I'm going to thank my sister for buying me Broadcast News for my birthday on Criterion, because that's the only reason I own it, and so that's why I finally watched it. So thanks, Kara. I kept putting it off because I'm like, this will get a 4K. So I never bought the Blu-ray. So I'm like, I'll take it for free. Sure, what the hell?
They just had the anniversary of it too. They did a re-release at the theater. I went and saw it.
Exactly.
You would think that they would have done something nice for it.
Yeah. Both of these movies I liked more after I watched them. Obviously, that's not what I meant. It sounded stupid. But the more I thought about them after having watched them,
right,
I liked them more the more I thought about them. Both. And I love Albert Brooks. I love Holly Hunter. She's an honorary Cohen brother, like Frances McDormand is in my heart, because they all live together and were besties forever. It's adorable. And William Hurt's always great. But it doesn't matter what I think, because it's already going to be The Color Purple, which is outstanding. And Danny Glover was a real asshole in 1985, because he's also in Witness.
Witness.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of that when I was watching. Why is Danny Glover so mean in 1985? He's usually never this mean. All right, and here we have a movie I forgot existed, and and the dresser.
Classic.
What? Nice.
Yeah,
Good.
so I'm just not going to talk. Has anyone seen the dresser?
I watched the trailer.
Yes.
More than I did. Point for that.
Same. I haven't. Yeah, I didn't even dive into synopsis or anything on that one.
These are the ones I was talking about when I was saying all-time classics, movies you forgot existed. 1980s Best Picture nominees. This is a perfect example of that analogy.
Or never knew existed.
Look at the top of the poster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. The more writing on the poster that aren't credits.
That's a killer. That's a killer right there.
It means you know it's 3
Apparently
hours
it
long.
is. It has been.
And then look at the other poster and say,
"Oh, look at that! Oh,
so simple."
An iconic image. I like how in the movie he didn't really have a cape.
No.
Right.
But then it was on the poster, I think, and then Steven Spielberg for like the 20th anniversary version made them add the cape or something like that for when they were flying in front of the moon. It's like, okay. And then he replaced the guns with walkie-talkies too.
Right.
So what does he know?
So I was 13 years old when E.T. came out. It was magical.
Yes.
I was was I 40th anniversary just this past year? Yeah. Last year. I was 4 when it came out, but I do remember going to the theater and watching it. That is my first memory of theater was that. Like the Reese's Pieces. So that is my go-to candy movie or movie candy now. Reese's Pieces because of E.T. It's weird. Like 4 years old, maybe 5. Depending on when we went. But nuts. Yeah.
You gotta put the Reese's Pieces in the popcorn. That's where it's at. Yeah, there's like a handful of movies. Like I could probably count, at least on all my fingers, the amount of movies that I've owned on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. And E.T. is one of those movies. I didn't have a lot of tapes growing up as a kid, but I had E.T. in the plastic clamshell, and I used to watch it constantly. And to this day, I rewatched it months ago. I watched it with my kid. He probably fell asleep through most of it. And it still makes me cry, no matter what. The music alone at the end of this movie is so good. If I'm listening to it in the car, it'll make me tear up.
Yeah, it's got very emotional moments in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, even just looking at the poster, you can hear that poster. You know,
right?
You can hear it. Yeah. So
and we just watched it again last year. Like I wanted to show it again to my daughter. I'm like, I wonder if this is gonna hold up. And dude, I was sucked right in. I was super invested. The connection with the kids. It's just, and I love learning the stuff that Spielberg shot most of the movie eye level from the kids' point of view.
Yep.
So if you watch a lot of the angles, it's always down where they are. And then so when an adult comes in, it's looking up. And just, I mean, he just knew exactly how to put that thing together. So
and also didn't he film it in chronological order too, like with the story, so that the kids were in on everything that was going on, so he didn't hop around. That was a smart move for them.
And he even had some animators always standing by on ET, so when Drew went up to him, he could interact with little Drew Barrymore. I love that.
Right.
Oh, it's so adorable. So adorable.
Yeah, he would shoot.
The
only adult he would allow to see the face is the mom. Like you were saying, Huck. You only ever saw the mom's face in the movie.
Yeah.
Until you learn to trust
Peter,
the adults later that are trying to help them, and then you start to see all of their faces. Otherwise, you only see them from the waist down. Yeah. Brilliant, Steven Spielberg.
Love
it.
Yeah.
The second movie of which we will be moving on to the next round. Oh, it's going to end up being E.T. versus Raiders eventually. I have a feeling now.
Did anybody get a chance to go see it last year? And they popped it out in theaters for its 40th anniversary. Anybody go?
Oh yes, of course.
I remember
anytime that they re-release like Color Purple, E.T., Casper. Anytime they do a re-release, I have to go see it in the theater.
Yeah. Like I had to add Casper on the ET.
Yeah.
But most of all, Casper, the friendly ghost.
Yeah.
I remember with E.T. again, Richard Attenborough, like obviously Gandhi won, but Attenborough said and he directed Gandhi. He went on to say that the wrong movie won. E.T. should have won.
Yeah. Good for him. He knows.
Yeah.
That's how he got it. That was just him trying to get the job in Jurassic Park.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Oh, this is an interesting too.
Yes. Once again, one I've seen and one I haven't.
Same.
Yep, same.
Oh, I've seen them.
You've
seen
both?
Prizzi?
Yeah.
Tell us about
I enjoyed
Prizzi.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Prizzi's
talk
Honor.
about it.
Well, it's got a really stacked cast. And I love the relationship between Jack, Kathleen. Isn't that the one? I think is this Mercedes Rule, right? Is the one who, no, I mean Angelica Houston. Angelica Houston's in Prizzi's Honor. Yeah. And yeah, that's what she got her Oscar for, I believe. Right, Derek? You'll be able to tell me that.
Angelica Houston for this?
Yeah.
I think so.
Pretty sure.
Right?
Supporting.
Sure that's the one.
So.
Yeah, for
I would know for
supporting
sure if I'd seen it. But I'm pretty sure you're right, yeah.
Did her dad direct it also?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Nepotism paid off. Yeah, but John Huston, let's see, 27. Yeah, it's highly decorated. But yeah, it's just, they're both assassins and they fall in love. And, I've always wanted to, I don't even think it's in my collection, but it's one I always come across and I always think, do I want to revisit this and see if it's still, and I'm just going off memory. I saw it, a while ago, but I do remember liking it. And Terms of Endearment is a sweet, sweet movie too. But I don't know, just for the sheer sort of kitschiness of Prizzi's Honor, I would lean towards that one just because it's different. It's a little bit more, a little bit more edgy than just Terms of Endearment, which is a sweet, kind of sad movie. Let's face that. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, and check out Prizzi's Honor. Although, like I said, I'm going off of an old memory, liking it a lot. So.
Yeah,
it's just tripping me out that both of these are Jack Nicholson movies.
Yeah,
so,
I was just gonna say, I'm like, I just realized.
I'm looking at both the posters, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's not in this poster, but he's in that movie, and I'm like, wait, oh yeah,
and won.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he won for Terms of Endearment. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I've only seen Terms of Endearment, and I did watch it for this. I did my homework on it for this one. I really enjoyed this movie. The relationship between Deborah Winger and Shirley MacLaine. That's a different kind of relationship. She's like that helicopter mom, that's around nowadays that you see a lot of nowadays.
Oh yeah.
But then, and then Jack Nicholson comes along and just kind of loosens her up. And
right. Well, first you got Jeff Daniels coming in and taking her away, and then she's got to deal with that, and then you've got the new guy coming in and. It was so good. I really did enjoy this. I need to own this. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I really, really did.
It's a good movie. I feel bad for Jeff Daniels because he was like the only actor in this movie who didn't get an Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
Did Lithgow get one?
What's that?
So what?
Did John Lithgow get nominated for that?
I think so. Yeah, John Lithgow.
Oh wow.
Jack Nicholson won.
John Lithgow.
McLean won, and then Deborah Winger was nominated against her. I think because they were both lead actresses, and then. Poor little Jeff Daniels. Well, they're on his own.
So, does this mean by default that Terms of Endearment is going to win this bracket? Because that's all you guys have seen.
Probably. Yeah. I keep almost buying Prizzi's Honor during like Kino Lorber sales because it's on. It's a Kino Lorber Blu-ray, but the reviews for it are extremely piss poor. Like it has the worst audio and video quality. So I'm like, I don't really want to buy it if it looks like that bad from what I've read. But Terms of at least we're picking the Jack Nicholson movie. Let's think of it that way.
Yeah, right.
Either way,
supporting actor.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
So, Terms of Endearment that's the '83 movie, and that's the year I was born. And I grew up watching with my dad The Right Stuff, which was up against Terms of Endearment for Best Picture. So I grew up watching The Right Stuff, and then when I went started getting interested in the Oscars, I went to go see, what movies were nominated the year I was born. And I saw it was the two of them. And I kind of had this like grudge against Terms of Endearment because I was like, no, The Right Stuff should have won. The Right Stuff should have won. Then I eventually watched Terms of Endearment, and I held on to that grudge during that watch. So I always said I didn't like Terms of Endearment, even after I had seen it. And then subsequent watches, I've just come to, it's not that I've even accepted it. I understand, and I actually now really do love this movie, and am glad that it is the Best Picture winner of the year I was born. So, I've come to terms with it and come out loving the movie. So, Terms of Endearment is definitely my vote.
Nice. You're lucky. My Best Picture winner year
is what?
What was that?
I think it was Out of Africa, which is like the least.
Oh,
I know you love it.
That's my least. That's my least favorite one.
You've seen all of them, and that's your least favorite. So I know.
Out of Africa's your least favorite?
Well, or it's either Oliver. I don't know. I go back and forth between Out of Africa and Oliver are my least favorite winners, Best Picture winners.
And you've seen them all, so you at least could have have an opinion as far as that. That's like this comment from Mickey. Platoon better win, or I'm unsubscribing and not watching anymore. So I can't afford to lose a subscriber, so we better vote for Platoon.
What's one subscriber? Come on.
My brother's here. I didn't say that. Here's Bob crying. I just wanted to point that out. And then Mr. Tim's here. He stopped by.
Tim.
We love Tim. Enjoy the Steelbook, Tim. Thanks for the video and the props and all that jazz. And I think I don't know if we have any other new people, but like I said, I appreciate anyone and everyone who's here, because I know you probably could be doing much more entertaining things. And on that note, are we picking Terms of Endearment?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. It is a very good movie. Room with a View, the one I didn't watch that was on my HBO Max queue that I just, after watching so many 3-hour-long movies this week, I was like, I can't do another one. I just can't. Versus an amazing 3-hour-long movie, Amadeus.
Yeah.
Rock Me Amadeus. Amadeus by Falco.
I remember seeing Amadeus. I actually watched it for the first time on VHS, and that movie was so boring to me.
Amadeus?
It was, and it's just because of it was a late night watch. You know what I mean? It was like at midnight we started watching this film, and I just could not get into it. I was so tired.
Like a pure hangout.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? I had to watch it in 8th grade music class, so I get you.
Yeah. It definitely needs a rewatch for me, but that 3-hour mark is just too much.
I think that's in my top 10 best picture winners of all time. Yeah, Amadeus.
I definitely want to watch it.
It's I was gonna make a joke and say it's in my top 10 of the 80's Best Picture nominees.
Yeah, how great!
But, I haven't seen half of them in that one, but I actually really love Amadeus. I think it's fantastic. It's one of the few 3+ hour long movies from that time period that justifies its length and is both like thematically and visually interesting to sustain 3 hours worth of watching. And I think it was the most recent movie to have 2 best actors in the same category against each other. So.
Yeah,
oh, really? Wow.
I was just going to bring that up. It's like a lot of people always talk about F. Murray Abraham, but Tom Hulce was so amazing. Like I know when I was watching the Oscars that year, he's the one I was pulling for just because he was so good. Like he had a little bit more levels in his laugh. And he always had like he used it at all the right moments, you know.
And he took that part from Mark Hamill, right? That was kind of sad to be him. Because Mark Hamill did it on stage.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really great film too. In fact, I liked it so much I went out and bought the soundtrack. It always takes something special for me to get the soundtrack when it's not a John Williams soundtrack. I'm going to go get a John Williams soundtrack, but something like this that I didn't know classical music that well, and it wasn't really in my wheelhouse. So it sort of got me into that a little bit as well. So that's an easy pick for me. Plus I didn't see A Room with a View. So.
I haven't either.
I have seen that one. I saw that during a like a Daniel Day-Lewis marathon that I had with my friend, and we watched every single one of his movies that he's ever been in. And out of all of them, I would say this was the one that was the most forgettable. So I don't have much to say on it. I could probably talk about every other one,
That's
but that one.
Yeah, I think my
I
wife.
think he had some good outfits in it, though.
Maybe she saw it. Yeah, got some good outfits. There you go.
Yeah,
Click.
I think he looked like in some scenes, unless I'm mistaking it with another movie, but I think he looked like a Dapper Dan, like at Disney World, in some scenes, like the Quartet Singers or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Kind of had
I honestly
that look.
that was Daniel Day-Lewis. That might have made me watch it this week.
Yeah,
I love Daniel Day-Lewis, but
I've fallen behind though.
But I didn't.
I still need to see Phantom Thread with him. So I've seen everything of his but Phantom Thread.
He's damned good in that. And the Blu-ray has reversible cover art, which is cool for like a boutique label Blu-ray. So anyone who wants to buy Phantom Thread on Blu-ray, there you go. How about you, Fish? Just so we get everyone's opinion here.
Well, I just watched Amadeus for the first time this year. What's crazy is like growing up, I saw Tom Hulce for the first time in Parenthood with Steve Martin and Diane Reese, and that great big family movie. And I enjoyed his character in that, and I really liked him in that. And then as I got older and I found out that he was nominated for Best Actor in this, I was like, wow, I need to check that out, but I never did. And then this gave me a reason to check it out. And I really enjoyed this movie. I have always loved music, and I've always loved Mozart. I've always loved classical music, and Mozart's one of my favorites. So and it's so crazy that it took me this long to watch this movie, but I did enjoy it. F. Murray Abraham was fantastic in this. I see why he won his Oscar for this. Just the level of you want to talk about obsession and
right.
How somebody can become obsessed with someone, and so jealousy and all that. So so I really enjoyed Amadeus, but I have not seen Room with a View. So
it's on HBO Max.
Unanimous.
I know. It's like you. It's in my queue.
Right on.
I saw that it was on there. Like I said, I did my homework. I tried to find out where everything was.
Okay, I absolve you, as Salieri would say. Yeah, so once again, here's one I haven't seen, Hope and Glory versus Driving Miss Daisy, which is a movie that won Best Picture twice in 1989 and in 2018. It was amazing. When it was called Green. But
it's funny, we're all going to vote for Driving Miss Daisy.
I love Driving Miss Daisy.
It's pretty good. I'll give it that. And it gave Dan Aykroyd an Oscar nomination, so I guess it gets my vote for that.
Yeah.
If anything, that's the only reason.
Hope and Glory is more like it's like Belfast from back in its day.
Yeah, it's kind of like that poster just looks like Belfast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly
like it.
I mean, the movie is as well too. It's a little bit like that.
That's funny. Yeah, Belfast was the longest 90-something minute long movie I've ever watched. Probably.
Really? Yeah.
Like, it's not bad. It's just like I'm like, this is so short. This will be a great little watch.
Quick little watch.
Why is it still on? And then it keeps going after the credits for like 40 minutes. I swear. Jesus Christ.
All right.
You're kind of making me not want to watch. I mean, I love Kenneth Branagh, and you're kind of making me not want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but
no, it's good. I liked it. I like Belfast.
And it's didn't mention it yet.
Not bad. It's just like
it feels like an 80s Best Picture nominee. Oh,
kind of. It doesn't feel like a Best Picture nominee of today, or maybe I don't know,
or an original screenplay winner, more specifically.
Yeah, and the actors were fantastic in Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, the cast is great.
Yeah, I was shocked Morgan did not win that one. That kind of
for Driving Miss Daisy.
It's like, wow. Like I get it, Jessica Tandy, that was great, but I thought that should have been,
yeah, absolutely. They played off each other so well. It was great chemistry. I loved it. Driving Miss Daisy is one of my favorite movies as well. I grew up with this. I watched it all the time, constantly when it was on HBO or whatever it was on, during the summers. But I love Driving Miss Daisy. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. So good. I don't know. I'm speechless when it comes talking about it. But the performances by everybody, Dan Aykroyd, who else? Oh my gosh, who played his wife? It was oh my God, don't tell me.
Tell him, somebody tell him.
It's been too long since I've seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yes, I want to say it was Patty. No, yes. Dang it.
While you're thinking about that, look at that poster art. I love that poster art for Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it sums it all up right there.
It does.
Boom.
I love the way that she. I remember seeing this one in the theater when it came out. I remember driving an hour and a half to go see this film, and I don't know, just the way she changed from start to the finish, and how he was just a part of her family. I don't know. I just loved it.
It was good.
Yeah. See,
I wouldn't test it for Best Picture that year personally, but it is a very good movie.
See, I love Jessica Tandy from Batteries Not Included. You know, that's when I fell in love with her. And then I watched Platoon, and I watched Cocoon Returns, and then Driving Miss Daisy came out. So I was already a fan of Jessica Tandy when this came out.
Jessica Fandy, you would say.
I was a Fandy. Yes, I was.
Fandy. That's hilarious.
But you just named the 3 films that I know her from. Those are the only ones.
Greek Tomatoes and that, and
I know she was Tomatoes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I'm a Fandy. Yes.
Is Cocoon even on Blu-ray?
No.
I don't think so. No.
It isn't? Wow, yeah. Cocoon was.
That's a crime. Like Kino, that's either a perfect Kino Lorber or Shout Select title.
I really wish they would do something.
Yeah, it is. Those are like the exact 2 it should be.
Call Ron.
I'm just gonna click Driving Miss Daisy. It sounds like.
Click it.
I'm sorry, Hope and Glory. I'll watch you someday, or I'll just pop in.
I actually almost watched that today. It was either that or the 2 that I watched today. So.
Oh Lord, look at these!
Look at these massive historical epics.
A 3-hour-long movie is better.
I watched Gandhi for the first time this week. This is my first time watching it. I did not even attempt to watch Reds after I saw y'all's comments, but Gandhi wasn't terrible. But to me, the performances were amazing for Gandhi. Like y'all said, it's got the biggest extra cast.
Yeah, the most extras in any movie. Yeah.
Yes, without them being fake CGI. But to me, his performance was spot on for Gandhi.
And that's like a thing that probably wouldn't really fly today. But he did such a good job.
Yeah.
That, like, you can't be mad about it. It's been a long time since I've seen Gandhi, but I remember really liking it. Yes, it's a slog. Both of these movies are slogs to get through.
They are slogs.
This week too. And
it's the slog off.
Like the first half hour of Reds with my wife, and she's like, "Is this movie about anything?" And I'm like, "I don't know yet." And then I just watched the rest of it by myself the next day. And I was like, "Oh, now I understand why it's so long. It's in real time."
Right.
Yeah.
It's an extremely well-made movie. But goddamn, is it longer than it needs to be? But everyone in it's great. It's another Jack Nicholson movie. That's just bring that up since it's been on here already. But between the 2, I remember enjoying Gandhi more, and it warranting its length more so than Reds. And they're both won Best Director, so there's something.
Reds was a tough watch. I remember when I watched it, and I can't remember. So since you've watched it more recently, don't they use like real? Like talking head interviews in it.
Yes.
Am I remembering that correctly? Okay. Yep. Yeah. I remember that's what stood out most to me. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But in the end, yeah, I'm going to prefer Gandhi here.
You're a Gandhi guy.
Yeah.
How about you, Huck? Where are you at?
Yeah. I mean, I just have to lean on the performances here. Reds was just hard to get through, and Gandhi wasn't really as hard to get through. I don't like that it beat out, E.T. Sometimes I get resentful when I watch movies that I don't think deserve to win. So I have a chip on my shoulder when I'm watching it, and I'm like, and then when it's over, I'm like, that was not better than fill in the blank, E.T. or Raiders or whatever. So removing the chip, I'll lean towards Gandhi. It's not something I foresee myself pushing to the finish line, but in this battle, the slog off, we'll call it. Gandhi
3+ hour slog off.
That's right, slog off winner.
Both of these movies beat Steven Spielberg for best director for E.T. and Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I'll just throw
that's terrible.
Again,
let's get more angry. There you go.
Again, yeah. So let's get away from these so we can.
Let's go ride the Gandhi ride over there at Universal Studios.
The Gandhi ride.
Daniel Day-Lewis is in Gandhi though.
It's the tram from one. It's from tram from one to one location to another.
It's 3 hours to get there. Not much happens. And old people talk to you the whole time. All right. So we better vote for Platoon due to that comment earlier. But we also have A Soldier Story, which is another one I sadly never had the chance to watch, but sounds fantastic, I will add. But Platoon, I watched recently because I bought that 4K.
Yeah, me too.
Which looked questionable. It doesn't even look bad. It was just really, really grainy. But a movie like that, it kind of just adds to it.
Yeah.
Me. So I mean, it didn't bother me. But I've always loved Platoon. It's one I bought when I was collecting the AFI Top 100 Movies of All Time list, which was like the first thing I tried to collect when I was collecting DVDs.
Yeah.
And I've watched it several times, and I still love it. And it has a great ensemble cast, including Johnny Depp, who's in it for about 2 seconds and says maybe 3 words.
Right.
And then,
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I remember watching Platoon when I was a kid. My grandpa loved it, so it was on all the time growing up. I fell in love with it. The action, the realness, everything about it. He said it was great. So I kind of went off of him to look into that it was kind of a true, gritty. I won't say real to life, but I mean as close as you can kind of get. It's Oliver Stone, of course. You know how he is.
Right. Well, that's like his true story in this one because from his Vietnam experiences to an extent.
So, and then like you said, fantastic cast, young cast. Matt Dillon, freaking Charlie Sheen, Johnny Depp. I can't even think about who else was in here. Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. That classic.
John C. McGinley.
Yeah. So fantastic cast. I've never seen A Soldier Story, but I do want to check it out. But I got to go with Platoon. It's a great war movie. It's one of my favorites. Absolutely. And I don't know about that transfer. I haven't bit the bullet on that 4K yet. So
I bought it for a live stream that never happened, but luckily I love the movie, so it doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. So has anybody seen A Soldier Story?
I haven't.
No.
Because it's pretty good. Like there's the actor in that Adolf Caesar. He's phenomenal. He's like that guy that's in all the other military movies. The guy who's always yelling at people. That actor. He's kind of like that. That kind of persona, that character in A Soldier Story. But when you stack it up against Platoon, it's just it doesn't stack. I mean, it's more of an intimate good story, but I mean Platoon, look, everything you guys just said, there's like with a stack cast and a director like that, and it, it's epic and people remember it, and it won the Oscar, and so yeah.
And then
so I think you got
you said Adolf Caesar, right?
Yeah.
He was he was nominated for that, I think. I was reading this recently because I was looking at this.
Yeah.
And he was the Danny Glover's dad in Color Purple, right?
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, oh, that's funny. He was in this. And I think it was the same year, and he was nominated for that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's the reason that's why Danny Glover was such a bad father.
Yeah, because that was his dad. Yeah.
He seems so nice in Color Purple compared to Danny Glover. Yeah. So Platoon.
Platoon.
I love Platoon. Platoon is great. Yeah. Forrest Whitaker. There's another one. He's also in Platoon.
Oh my goodness! Look at this choice.
Places in the Heart with Sally Field, which I sadly have not seen.
Ditto.
But she's fantastic in everything she ever does.
Yeah.
And Witness, which, as Huck knows, is easily one of Harrison Ford's best films.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the other movie where Danny Glover plays an asshole in 1980.
Yeah, right. The Danny Glover decade of being an a-hole. And he's a bit of an a-hole in Lethal Weapon, too. Let's get to it. You know, let's face it.
But he's like
a
bit
of an a-hole
in that movie. Has anyone seen Places in the Heart? Who could speak upon its merits here?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's not the best, but back when Places in the Heart came out, there was other films like Country and similar type films where the woman's trying to save the farm. Such a story as that. But Witness to me is top dog in this fight.
Right. I haven't seen Witness in a long time, but it's one of those movies that I remember watching as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like, something about it just stuck in my brain. I'm like, hey, Mom, what was that movie with that Amish kid in it? She's like, Witness? I'm like, okay. Like, 20 years later.
Last month was the last time I watched Witness.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to get that one. I don't have it, but I've seen it a few times. It is really good. Got a little baby Lucas Hoff in there. Harrison Ford's only Oscar nomination, sadly.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
Disgrace.
Yeah, this film is so phenomenal. It's so well directed, so well paced. His acting in it is so good. It's so good with Kelly McGillis. Like, you buy the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any flaws with Witness at all. In fact, if you guys want, the Blu-ray is such a horrible release because it's got nothing. There's zero bonus features. Mm-hmm. But if you get the DVD, it's a 2-disc DVD. You get all this behind the scenes and making of thing, and Harrison Ford's part of it. You know, sometimes like Harrison just doesn't show up for those things, so you get like, here's the grip, here's the grip, talking about how good Harrison was. So if you need to do a little combo thing that I did, which is buy the DVD and the Blu-ray, so you get all that stuff, because it's so good listening to the behind the scenes stuff about this and Lucas and all that. Yeah, it just doesn't get much better than Witness for me. It's so good. But
it's interesting that it's able to hold its own in the middle portion is able to, just because it starts with such a hit, such an impact when we see the murder take place and everything, and then it's like, okay, now we're on an Amish farm. We're gonna hang out on this Amish farm.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but we just had this really cool, moment at the beginning, and then then that sort of fun action stuff, then comes to the farm or whatever. But it's interesting how it's able to maintain a viewer's interest in the middle and not. You don't find yourself as like overly bored or anything during that time.
Yeah, it's like a culture that most of us aren't familiar with, so it's captures your interest in that way.
The scene when they go into town, and the guys are picking on the Amish, and Harrison's dressed as an Amish, and he goes and kicks their ass. Mr. Book, we don't do that. So that was so good.
Then it blows back on him.
Yeah,
becomes the talk of the town.
I like your Kitten Paws comment here.
Oh, there she is.
What can I say? I'm an English lit major.
Yeah, my wife watched all
the Ivory Merchant movies. I couldn't remember. I was like, because Derek, you were
saying, that's Ivory Merchant?
Ivory movies.
Yeah, it's Ivory Merchant.
Like, it's those guys. I can't think of
Merchant Ivory.
Merchant Ivory, right.
Yeah.
But Amadeus is a lot better, yes, probably.
Yeah.
Seller of Ivory.
That's Kitten Paws.
Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, Mama Blu-ray.
And everyone loves a Witness. Harrison Ford's best performance. Well, according to the Academy, it is.
If he just didn't go up against William Hurt, he would have won. Yeah. Can't go wrong.
All right.
So,
you got anything to say, Fish, before I click Witness?
I actually have not seen either one of these movies.
Oh, you've got to see
Witness. Okay, easy enough.
Yeah, it was remade into The Client.
All right, we're on to the second round of the things that already won, so we trimmed the fat of this half.
Tootsie.
Tony,
I think when it comes to voting, like, you got to go with what you love and what you'd rewatch. I don't want to put Oscar ticks on these, because then you go, well, Last Emperor won all these. That's not what this competition is. So yeah, I'm with you, Tony. Tootsie's just, it's so great, so rewatchable.
Yeah.
Done.
Absolutely, I agree. Tootsie rewatchable. The cast is fantastic. I mean, like so many actors when they're younger. Like Terry Garr wasn't a huge name, or she was becoming there. You know, she was right in that '80s kind of pop where she was getting there. You know, Mr. Mom and Young Frankenstein and all those great '80s ones there. But then you've got Bill Murray and Dabney Coleman and the male cast in this, and oh my gosh, what's his name? Commandant Lassard from Police Academy. George Gaines is in this. He's fantastic in this as well. You know,
Sidney
he's the
Pollack,
creepy old lesser actor. You know, been around for a while. Thinks he can do whatever. You know, but Dustin Hoffman rounding it out. But yeah, Tootsie. Yeah.
Wasn't Sidney his agent?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Nobody wants to work with you anymore.
That was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like I've only seen these each once, oddly enough, back in the day. But if I were to rewatch one right now, and not only because I still own Tootsie, but sold my Last Emperor DVD for some reason, I would rather watch Tootsie because I know it's funny and entertaining. While Last Emperor is gorgeous, but it's not one you want to, put on for the kids. Let's put that.
If it's
so I would also go Tootsie just for that reason. Rewatchability factor alone, I would vote for Tootsie over Last Emperor, even though its Oscarology stats would say it's the superior movie.
Get that out of here!
Right.
I don't care either way.
If it weren't for the cast of Tootsie, though, I think I would go Last Emperor. But every actor just really sells what they're doing in Tootsie. Like I don't know. I think here I'm gonna look at the acting more so than like the story. I don't know, because I think I normally would choose Last Emperor. I really do like that movie a lot, but like Jessica Lange, Bill Murray, just seeing them in these roles, I think Bill Murray's very unique in it because of what we've come to know him as, and then Jessica Lange, I just think she was so fantastic in it. And I don't know, I think for me, I'm choosing Tootsie over because of the acting, because of the cast,
plus the whole idea of what he did to change everybody in that movie. That soap opera that he was on was like a dud,
right?
And he went in there and he just livened it all up. Everybody's lives were changed in that movie.
Yeah, and created a fandom for the soap opera that wasn't existing. Yeah.
And that reveal, oh my God, the reveal at the end, air off, and the out. I'm like, oh my God, he's doing it. Oh, it was so good.
Good thing Dustin Hoffman's like 4 feet tall, so he can get away with it a little easier.
Right.
Yeah. He was in heels.
He was in heels, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Sorry, Glenn.
Now we're getting to the good stuff.
Yeah. We're trimming that fat, y'all. Trimming that fat.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta go Raiders on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Yeah, no, me too. I mean, performances by Michael and Glenn were great, but I mean, that's my childhood. That's like,
Raiders. That's all.
And it's just so well made.
Raiders, yeah. And the performances are great in Raiders too. Karen Allen.
Oh, I love Karen Allen. Absolutely.
Which Steven Spielberg movie?
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
The one that got nominated for 11 Oscars that he wasn't nominated for and won nothing, or the one that got nominated for, I don't know, like 9 or so Oscars that he was nominated for and won like 4 of them?
Yeah.
And this one's tough. I'm torn. Like the first movie I remember watching, and then one of my favorites that I continue to watch every year. Like since I first saw it,
Here, I'll just get it out of the way so the Color Purple people can find it out. I'll pick E.T. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Well, this one's got a sun, and this one's got a moon. So what is that?
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say E.T. too, just so everyone else battle it out.
Yeah, I'll go with E.T. As much as I love Color Purple, E.T. would be my pick.
I mean, not that it matters, but I was Color Purple. Yeah.
I'm E.T.
Wow.
Team E.T.
If you couldn't have told by my Instagram story post earlier today, I was Team Color Purple. Yeah.
Well, bon voyage. Bon voyage, color
Sorry, we'll
purple.
be
I know, my heart.
Oh shoot.
Oh wow.
Terms
Okay.
of endearment.
Right.
Oh yeah, Terms of Endearment won because you guys didn't see the other one. Prizzi's on.
Terms of
I'm
Endearment's
still.
good, but
I think I'm still
I
Amadeus.
don't think it's as good as Amadeus. Personally, I would pick Amadeus all day long over
I really
Terms of
need to
Endearment.
revisit. I really need to revisit Amadeus, so I would go in Terms of Endearment for this one.
Man, I've been I don't know. I feel like this is weird because I feel like Amadeus is in my top 10, but Terms of Endearment's always growing on my list. Oh man, and it's my birth year. Not that that really means anything. But Jack Nicholson does this scream in it when he jumps into a pool that has become like this thing that me and my wife almost quote every single day. Like it's become such a part of my life. Man, I can't believe this. I think I'm going to pick Terms of Endearment here. And I love Amadeus, but I think I'm going to go Terms. It's become a part of my personal life.
Terms by a screen.
Yeah.
Fish, you go first. I'm on the fence.
All right. Well, both of these were homework for me and first time watches. Oh man. And then you've got two different aspects. You've got two great male performances with Tom Hulce and F. Murray Abraham, and you've got great performances with Deborah Winger and Shirley MacLaine. Both dramas, both different kind, epic, historical costume pieces, and then more of a down, family. Oh man, and then
so hard.
I just see I'm doing pros. I'm not seeing a whole lot of cons with either one of these movies. So,
exactly.
I am both Best Picture winners. So okay, I'm gonna go with rewatchability, and I'd probably, as much as I love Mozart's music and everything about that, the costumes and everything, I'm gonna go with Terms of Endearment. I did enjoy that. Deborah Winger towards the end, or at the end, just got me. She did. She got me. Yeah.
She'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also going to go for Terms of Endearment. That's where I was going.
That was difficult.
Y'all need to watch Amadeus.
No,
Amadeus will be rocking no more. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Amadeus. I cannot believe I did that. It was so difficult.
It's okay. I would have lost without your vote. I'm just going to look at the chat here because people have popped in. Now that the Lost Girls are done. These people are showing up.
Yeah, right.
Gus is always here when he can be. We got Demo 4K. Tough call. Dell on movies.
Hey, Dell.
Hey, Dell.
Hall of Fame nominee, Dell on movies.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony. Brian goes blue.
What's up, Brian?
Oh, the girls must be over.
Tallest guy in the room. Brian goes blue.
Yeah.
Bob commenting on the fact that everyone came over here after the other one. Yes, I knew that would happen.
13 to 30, right? Half of those are the girls.
Thanks, y'all, for coming over here when you are done with your much more interesting stream. You missed the good round, though. You see, we cut out all the fat, so now we're getting into the good movies.
Yeah,
that's right.
On this round, I would go with Driving Miss Daisy over Gandhi.
I'm going to join Tony on that.
Yeah, I've got your back too, Tony. Those performances by everybody in that, fantastic.
Yeah,
wonderful movie.
I just don't care to rewatch Gandhi.
Daniel Day-Lewis can't save Gandhi either with his little cameo in there before people knew who he was. But yeah, I don't like when traditional biopics win Best Picture. So yeah, Driving Miss Daisy, definitely.
Fair enough.
There's something about
I would
that
say
music.
Gandhi's objectively better, but Driving Miss Daisy is definitely more rewatchable.
Yeah.
There's something about the music in Driving Miss Daisy too. I love that score. Yeah, exactly. It's stuck in. Yeah, it's good. It flows. It's good. Yeah, it's perfect.
Everyone out there, please do what this dude
Roundhouse
loves movies.
Cody.
Thanks, Cody.
Roundhouse kick, that like button. I had a little banner, but I hate using the banners on these because it cuts off the bottom of the screen. It doesn't like push everyone up, so I just do the banner. So what the banner essentially says is, "Hey, we're doing a 1980s Best Picture tournament. please subscribe to me and all these fantastic people here. And I think their links are in the description, unless I forgot to do them. But I'm pretty sure I did them so long ago that I'm worried I forgot that I did it. But I think they're in there. So
Yeah. Look
check,
at it
and if
later.
I haven't, subscribe. Yeah, and like I said, you're probably already subscribed to them if you're not to me. All right. Oh, hey, we have a good one. Platoon and Witness.
Definitely, I would definitely go with Witness for this one for Harrison Ford's performance and rewatchability. But Platoon was great. So Witness would be my choice.
Dang, son.
I'm so happy to hear you say it.
I'm going to go Platoon, actually. Also,
Yeah.
just I want to show off the steelbook I have. I had the chance to meet Oliver Stone at a screening of another movie we're going to talk about tonight, and had him sign this one instead of the other movie.
Well,
That's nice.
He goes correctly.
He would only do one. That's what it was. I tried to get him, and he's like, "No, I only do one." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I don't sign the other movie.
Glad I gave him that one first.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna, Tony, I'm with you. I just gotta go Witness. I'm not a huge war movie person. I think if more of you love war movies, this one might win. But as just a great drama, I could rewatch Witness right now. I could not throw in Platoon. I got to be in the mood for Platoon. I don't need to be in the mood for Witness. I could hit play and then it would pull me in like immediately. Like that whole opening when the kid sees Danny Glover and he pushes the hand down. Like I'm just all in. So I don't know where this is going, but I'm going Witness.
All right, Derek, go ahead. I mean, wait, yeah, Derek, go ahead, because
oh, you're gonna make me go?
Look at Fish leaning back. He wants to do it.
I'll tell you to go.
Actually, no, I mean, I'm saying because I haven't seen Witness, so
oh crap! All right,
that's a fair reason. I personally would go Platoon. I enjoy war movies. Platoon is probably my favorite Vietnam movie that I have seen. It's the one I can rewatch the most, which is a weird thing to say about war movies. But it's true. It's not absurdly long, but it's extremely intense and gripping. So it's like the perfect blend of those things. It's like it's not a 3-hour long Deer Hunter,
right?
Or or something like that, where it's just like super jarring. But it's just like here's a really quick, well-paced, 2-hour long, extremely well cut together ensemble of actors going through Vietnam as realistically as we can do in 1986, and it's perfect, essentially, in my opinion. So I would go Platoon. But Witness is fantastic.
Yeah,
I need to watch it again. It's been a while.
But Fish, you still have to choose. You could not.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like I love Harrison Ford. I love Harrison Ford. I've heard nothing but great things about Witness. Unfortunately, I have not seen it, so I'm going Platoon for the fact that I have seen it. I do love it. It is one of my favorite. I like Derek said, it's a fantastic war movie. As much as you can say how fantastic war is, but performance-wise, with Willem Dafoe and Tom Berenger, great performances by those two men. Very, very, like you said, gripping, very gritty. Yeah, just the realism of war. Yeah, so yeah.
Platoon. Well, it had to happen eventually. Witness wasn't going to win this thing, but as good as it is. Mike, you don't have to be sad that you're late. I watch myself in the mirror a lot too. We all do it.
How's it going, Derek?
Oh, that was great wet.
I'm just gonna say Raiders and let everyone else talk. So go, Tony.
Yeah. As much as I love Tootsie, nothing's going to beat Raiders for this particular lineup.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm going to go Raiders. I like it quite a bit more than Tootsie.
Absolutely. I mean, top to bottom, Raiders is a perfect film. So, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders too, like everybody said. But yeah, as much as I love the performances in Tootsie, you also have some great performances in Raiders, plus the epicness of it, cinematography and everything about it. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Plus, it has the way better face melting scene.
Yes.
Way better. Yeah.
That was
Dustin
something
Hoffman does pretty good ripping off that face.
I know,
Yeah.
not bad.
Both good face melts, but the other one's better. All right, we have E.T. and T.E. Which one is the better one?
You are quick. You are quick.
Somebody's on fire tonight.
Yeah, that's what I do.
E.T.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go E.T. as
Okay.
well.
In terms of Endearment's good, but it's like the epitome of 80s melodrama Oscar movies
Right,
Right.
right.
are fine, and this is a better than average one.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just like, do you want this timeless classic or this movie that tries for 2.5 hours to make you cry and might do it if you don't die of like diabetes first? So, yeah, E.T.
E.T.
far and away.
E.T. I can't go wrong. You know, you can't go wrong. We can't go wrong.
Another perfect movie.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, this is going to end up being Raiders versus E.T. probably.
It was a
At some
perfect
point.
movie until he took out the guns.
Till he fixed it.
Well, and then he put it back because he realized it was stupid.
He
At
did.
least he was
did
smart
put
enough
back-
to release both versions, though. At least when it
Yeah.
came out on DVD, 'cause I had that big book set. He's like, here's the theatrical cut, and here's the 20th
Gave you the
anniversary cut.
choice.
You know what?
He didn't make this set.
Pure hangout is I think he was influenced by his buddy George too much with all of George.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I can do that too." It's like, if you take the guns away, you take the threat away.
Right.
So, and as a kid, that never freaked me out that they had guns. If anything, I was like, "Run, E.T." You know, it's like,
Right.
Right.
put him back in. What are you doing? So thank God.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
got-
I never
And-
mind like the added scenes with like the CGI enhanced
Right.
ET stuff. Like it's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
It's
It
fine.
loses a lot of charm when E.T. is CGI.
yeah. But yeah, like
Yeah.
that replacing the walkie-talkies with guns is just like, why?
Yeah.
And like, unless you really just wanted to hold on to that PG rating because PG-13 wasn't a thing then. That's like the only thing I can think of, I guess. But like by that point, who cares?
All right,
Whatever.
War Boys, what y'all gonna do?
Right, Tony.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, I need to say that.
Driving Miss Daisy is the easier watch for me, but I think I like Derek said, Platoon isn't like a difficult watch for me.
Right.
I'll still put it in, but even though it's more difficult to be in the mood to watch Platoon, I think I'm still going to go Platoon.
Yeah, I think this will be the one competition that I'm gonna go ahead and pick Platoon on this one as well.
Fish.
Well, I did it to you, Derek. I'll take this one. I really enjoy Platoon. I really do. The ensemble cast is fantastic, but I love Driving Miss Daisy. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. Jessica Tandy is fantastic. Morgan Freeman should have won the Oscar. The connection between the two of them, the storytelling, the scene where spoilers. Cover your ears. I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. When the maid passes and like just how impactful just that was, just that shot of the peas just falling on, or the green beans falling on the floor, and just like, you know what happens. It hits so hard for some reason. So if you can't tell, I'm gonna go Driving Miss Daisy. I'm trying to influence Derek there. But yeah, it's just for me, Driving Miss Daisy. The performances were fantastic. I loved it. I watch it once a year.
Nice.
Yeah,
And has the better score.
it's great. Yeah, fantastic score.
Does it though? I mean, I guess
I
Platoon
think
has
so.
a lot of really good classical music in it, more so than a score.
Yeah, it's fun and bouncy.
Because what was I watching earlier? Elephant Man had the same music as Platoon, and I was like, oh, this is in Platoon. That's weird. But yeah, as odd as it sounds, Platoon is the easier watch for me, and I would rather rewatch it than Driving Miss Daisy. Because Driving Miss Daisy, I don't know, it's just one of those movies that's so dated that if
Yeah.
you didn't like watch it when it was new, it's just like, I don't know, something about it.
And they didn't spring.
I will go Platoon because it is a timeless war movie, anti-war movie. I'll correct myself. But yeah, Morgan Freeman probably would have won that year if he didn't have to go against Daniel Day-Lewis in My Left Foot. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
We'll get there soon enough. But
Right.
you can't beat DDL. There's no doing
So Fish, you got Holland all the maid passes.
that. Yeah.
I gave you time. I told you. I gave you 3
Losing with it
seconds.
around for
Either
3
be
more years.
ready or cover your ears. I gave you time. I said spoilers.
Sorry, Holland. Oh,
here it is.
another.
I told my wife, I'm like, some of these movies have been out for 40 years. She's like, no, they haven't. She's like, oh, goddamn.
It's the second Steven versus Steven.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Good Steven versus Steven battle.
It's a
No
great
offense to
one.
Color Purple, but this is the one I knew would probably end up happening at some point. I'm
Did you
kinda
put
glad
them
they're
on the same
because
side on
otherwise
purpose?
it probably would have been at the end,
Oh.
maybe.
To me, E.T. As much as I love Raiders, E.T. would have to be my pick.
Mine too. It feels more magical, and I don't know. I guess I like that about it. I was gonna say like fantastical, but Raiders is fantastical too. So
Yeah.
E.T. E.T.'s fantastic. It's so good. Has a great
Mm.
ride too at Universal, right?
It was
Yeah,
okay.
It was at least.
E.T. talks to you as you get in the car. Welcome, Brian. So great.
But we got two Universal. Or I guess Raiders is Disney, isn't it? But
Disney,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you get a great Raiders ride.
Paramount.
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna lean to Raiders on this one. I mean, I love both of these films so much, but Raiders is just, it gave us just this lasting character that's just, you know, been with us for such a long time, and we love this character. We're even getting a fifth one in his 80s, you know, and we're excited about it. It gave Harrison something other than Star Wars to be proud of, and it made him a megastar.
Mm-hmm.
So, gosh, I mean, with great trepidation about this much of a nudge, I have to go Raiders. Yeah, I've just seen it so much. Yeah, I got to go Raiders.
What'd you fish?
Wow. Going about one of my favorite movies ever, and then the first one that I ever remember seeing in a theater. And I still do love. But I don't watch E.T. as much as I watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. I watch it all the time. I'm bored. It's always a good one. Boom, Raiders. I love it. I love it. You know, it's a great fun. Just love Karen Allen. John Rhys Davies, fantastic. You know, Denholm Elliott, he's great in this too. Whenever just the little pieces that he's in, but he's great too. You know, and it starts a like Huck said, it starts something that becomes a franchise. You know,
how many times have you got choked up or teared up at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark?
All the time when they put it in that box and hide it away, you know.
Yeah, I cry every time.
Until spoilers! Until I'm giving you 3, 2, until Crystal Skull, and then you find it again. Come on, Tony. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know. I don't know. I just lean toward Raiders of the Lost Ark. I really do. It's one of my favorites. I do enjoy it way much more than E.T. I do.
And it's got a way cooler logo. Come on, look at that.
Oh, wait.
Way better fun.
Oh, that.
All right, Mr. Cinephile.
Oh, God.
Which two are you going to upset right
Here's
now?
what I was going to say. Both of these movies are perfect. Like Huck says. But only one will make me cry. Like Tony
says.
And because of that, and maybe just a hair of nostalgia thrown in there because I didn't grow up with Raiders as much as I did E.T., I would go for E.T. But either way, Steven Spielberg's a happy man rolling around in his money. You guys are... Okay.
Oh,
I mean, it's E.T. I'm not even going to think about this one for me.
Yeah, E.T.
I would never pick Platoon over E.T.
Never.
No, me either. I mean, you're going against, like I said, the movie I remember first seeing in a theater.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say either one of those movies I would have won, I probably would have picked over Platoon easily. So yes, also E.T. for this one. So that's the winner on this hat. Oh, yep, that's the winner. Who needs a potty break? Is it potty break time? I say it is.
Oh yeah.
We're on the second half.
Intermission.
I'm going to play my little intro video for 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Everyone can take a pee break.
Hey,
And we'll be back.
Be right back.
And after these
Shop, pop, movies.
Oh, that was close. Sat down, I saw the words. I was like, all right. Yes, this is the only stream long enough to have an intermission, just like all the 80s Best Picture winners.
I just had another stream 30 seconds ago.
Right. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, when I had Reds, I was like, oh, my God, this movie is 2 Blu-rays long.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Like the old Titanic VHS. Let me swap this out.
Right, yeah, exactly. I couldn't believe that. I was like, I mean, I get it, but what?
So look
When
at
I
these
saw that,
two.
I knew.
Look at this Tash. You got the nice feel-good, controversial movie.
You got the words on the
I was
poster.
going to say, you got words. You got words again. You're explaining your movie. It doesn't look good.
You got a director sleeping with your lead actress. Yeah, let's go with that one.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was a Roman Polanski movie until I looked into it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I like his movies usually.
That's the one he, got in trouble for.
Was it? I thought that was before that even, I guess, but...
What was that? Yeah.
He gets in trouble for lots of stuff.
Yeah.
He had quite the crappy life, and then he got in trouble for something even equally crappy.
He's like, I'll just leave the country. That'll solve
it. Yeah. I'll win an Oscar yet.
Right. He'd still win an Oscar, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to just chime in real quick with Rain Man. This movie was so amazing. Like Tom Cruise never gets enough credit going toe to toe with Hoffman in this film. He plays his brother to such perfection, and they have such a good chemistry together. It's that's why it's such an epic win for me.
Yeah,
it's so. I mean, it's one of the best movies Cruise has done, where he's not just the lead. You know, a lot of things he's the lead, and then he's really a co-lead on this, and it was a good pick. It was a great pick. So
yeah, I agree with that, with Huck's statement. And Rain Man, amazing. I've never seen Tess. Yeah, Rain Man.
Nobody has. Don't feel bad.
Hoffman's performance was amazing. All he wanted to do was watch Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, it was so good. And Judge Wapner. Yeah, Wapner. Yeah, Wapner. Wapner's on the screen. Yeah, Wapner.
Gotta see Wapner.
Actually, it's funny enough. I know so much about Rain Man. You know, it's pop culture all over the place. They reference it in The Hangover, but I've never seen it. I watched it for the first time for homework for this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so in high school, I took a class called The Exceptional Child, where you could work with mentally disabled with autism and Down syndrome children in the lower grades. So I love that class. It was a fantastic class. So wanting to be a medical professional, you know, I felt like it was something I should do, and it's something I wanted to do. Anyway, sorry, getting off track, but watching Tom Cruise's performance in this at the beginning of this movie, where he doesn't understand and he just gets frustrated all the time, was so frustrating for me. I wanted to reach my hands through my TV and wring his neck and be like, give me a sec. Oh my God, will you please calm down and take a moment and you breathe, and oh my God, will you please? He was and that goes to show how great a performance he did, you know, like how much God, I was so frustrated with him. I was like, just calm down, take a minute, you know, just give him a second, you know. And then he's just walking around his room and touching stuff, and like I'm like, no, stop. And I'm like, oh my God, I was right there with Raymond. I was like, stop touching his stuff. He's like, stop touching. He's like, weirding me out. He's touching my stuff. I was like, yeah, it was just so frustrating. But like I said, goes to show how great a performance Tom Cruise did. But yeah, you guys are talking about underrated Tom Cruise performances. This is one of them. I really enjoyed this movie. I really loved this movie. It was fantastic. Dustin Hoffman was amazing. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Sorry, that was my little rant on that.
You're new. You can talk longer. You're new to Rain Man. How about you, Derek? I don't think I've heard from you about Rain Man.
Yeah, I don't think I like Rain Man as much as everybody else does. I like it, but I guess I don't, like have raves for it, but I am impressed by the performances. One thing that's always bugged me about it is the very, very end. It's like a boomerang. Did anybody notice that? Like they wanted to make it look like the movie was still, the camera was still recording, but they wanted sorry.
Adjust the mustache.
Fix your antennas.
There we go. Wi-Fi is back on. Yeah, they wanted to hang on that shot a little bit, so they just like boomeranged it back and forth, and that's always bugged me at the end. But in this case, since I haven't seen Tess, I will vote for Rain Man. Who knows if I will next time, though?
Right? Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I love Rain Man. That's one of the ones I grew up on. Like I was saying with Witness, it's like, hey mom, what was that movie with that Amish family or whatever? This was like the same thing where it's like, what was that movie where that guy had to go to someone's house to watch like a TV show and he was freaking out or something like that? Oh, it was Rain Man. And then I just watched it again and I've been in love with it ever since. Tom Cruise is fantastic in this. This is might be my favorite one of his, like, at least early performances, I'd say. I remember I watched this again recently just because I like it that much. I watched it for the 1000th time for this. And then I watched Born on the 4th of July, like the day after, I think, for the first time. And that came out the year after. And I was like, how does he look younger in this than he does in Rain Man? They did a really good job of that. Born on the 4th of July. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman is like second to none. And he thought he was doing like the worst acting of his career while they were making this movie. And then he goes on and wins an Oscar. And it's one of those like original screenplays that's so good to me that it just seems like it should be a book or something. I don't know. It's hard to describe. But I love Rain Man. It's one of my all-time favorites. It probably is, out of every 80s Best Picture winner that I've seen, it probably is my favorite one. Which is maybe like, 6 of the 10, but it's still something. So yeah, I too would go for Rain Man.
That could be. I'm looking at the winners. Yeah, I might be with you on that.
Oh, nice.
They didn't pick the right winner most of the time in that decade. All right, here we have Out of Africa, which is really cheap on Groove.com, and I almost bought it, but there just wasn't enough other stuff to buy it. And then we have
the right stuff. I had a rat tail up until 2014. For new kids,
the right stuff was really good. I watched it for the first time. It was perfect timing. It was like $6 on Blu-ray randomly on Blu-ray.com like last week. I was like, oh, awesome, I want to buy it. Then I bought it and watched it this week. And it was very good. It's another one that's like 3+ hours long.
Yeah.
Did it need to be that long? Probably not. But it's an extremely good, true life story about very early NASA with an amazing ensemble cast of actors, including Lance Henriksen, who I swear doesn't even speak in the entire movie. But having not seen Out of Africa, I'll let someone else talk who has. So have you seen it, Tony?
Yeah, I just watched Out of Africa for the first time this week. I had it pictured to be more of a masterpiece than what it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible. I love cinematography, was amazing, of course. And I've never seen The Right Stuff. I really want to see The Right Stuff. I just haven't done that yet. So Out of Africa would be my pick.
Yeah, buy the $6 Blu-ray. Come on.
Yeah, you should jump on that. I'm not a fan of Out of Africa. Robert Redford's, really handsome in it. It does have some nice views in it. Some great landscaping or landscapes. And
they did a really good job mowing the grass.
The landscape.
A little closer right over here.
The curb appeal in their hut was incredible.
Fantastic. But no, I grew up on The Right Stuff. My dad would watch that all the time, and I always gravitated towards the beginning portion of the movie about Chuck Yeager, which is probably a section that doesn't necessarily need to be in the movie. They probably could have put a black screen up and talked about that part with text, but I always liked the Chuck Yeager stuff at the beginning before things really moved to NASA. But that sort of, it has that classic power walk in it where you have all the astronauts walking towards the camera, and it's just like incredibly epic. And then you see Michael Bay do it in Armageddon, and I'm sure it's been done in like westerns. It's been done in westerns before, The Right Stuff, but I don't know, just seeing it done with astronauts was so cool. I recognized that even as a kid, how awesome that was. My dad would always point that out, and then growing up to see it in Armageddon was just like, I know what this is referencing. This is awesome.
I know that.
Yeah. So
actually, you mentioned the Chuck Yeager stuff. That wasn't in the original script. Like,
really?
They rewrote it because he wanted to add the Chuck Yeager stuff because he thought it should have been a part of the movie. So it originally wasn't in the movie, essentially.
Okay, it does feel...
You're right, yeah, because it's all the Sam Shepard stuff, and he's like the one actor in it who gets nominated, who's not even part of like the NASA crew.
Right.
And so all that stuff wasn't originally in the movie, but he demanded that they add it in there as like the bookend of the movie, which was kind of cool. And it was good. His stuff was really good.
Yeah, and Chuck Yeager is in it. He does a little cameo at the beginning there. The camera kind of sits on him a little bit. He's just, an extra. I can't remember. I don't think he says anything. But the camera does linger on him. So if you watch it, you'll probably be able to spot him just because it's kind of weird. It's like, why are we looking at this guy?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's because it's Chuck Yeager, the real guy. Lived a long life. He only passed away a few years ago.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, having just finally seen Out of Africa, I don't know, wasn't my cup of tea. Like again, everything you guys are saying, it looks great. Like the cinematography is fantastic. I think Derek, didn't that win cinematography that year?
It won lots of stuff, but probably
sure.
Yes.
But the story I just didn't really care that much about. Performances were fine. It's literally not a movie I'd revisit. Like, I'm glad it was on TV, so I don't have to own it, because I would get rid of it. So for that, I mean, unlasting impression, I'm gonna go Right Stuff. Mr. Hangout, you said it all so good for The Right Stuff. So what he said.
It was the landscaping that got it for you, right?
Right. I don't like landscapes.
So Out of Africa, I've always wanted to see this. Robert Redford, Meryl Streep. I remember being a kid and seeing a scene. Remember a scene. He's washing her hair, I guess. Yeah. And that's the only thing I know about this movie. That's it. That's all I know. Yeah. Other than that, gorgeous cinematography, like everyone has already said. Yes, the landscaping. And,
he did more than wash her hair too.
Oh,
yeah.
Spoilers for me.
I didn't think what he did though. He could have slapped her.
Oh,
a lot of slapping.
Oh wow. I don't know. But I did watch The Right Stuff for homework for this. So I really enjoyed this. I can't believe that I didn't see this earlier, because I've always loved space exploration movies and stuff like that, and anything about NASA. I grew up watching Space Camp all the time, I can't believe I never watched The Right Stuff. But I finally watched it. I really did enjoy it. Dennis Quaid in this was awesome. This whole cast was great, but I don't know, for some reason he stuck out in my mind. Maybe because I had a crush on him for the longest time, and seeing a baby Dennis Quaid, I don't know what it was. Yeah.
He is the cutest one of all of them. I'll give you that much.
Sorry.
So Fish, what would you rewatch? The Right Stuff or Space Camp tomorrow?
Space Camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young Joaquin Leaf.
Leaf.
Right? Yeah.
Or Leaf at the time.
Leah Thompson, Kate Diamond, Kelly Preston.
Oh, Kelly Preston. Oh gosh, she was so gorgeous in that. I remember
pick that up
crushing on her heart as a kid.
That's a Kino title. Kino.
Yeah, I have to get that.
I've never seen Space Camp, and I've only seen it last week. So
I had that one on VHS.
I like space movies too, so I'm surprised I didn't see that yet either. So yeah, Out of Africa, everyone's least favorite Best Picture winner is going to lose. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, two good movies. This will be
Oh
fun.
wow! Wow.
Huh.
Yeah. We have
Wow.
regular Joes, as Huck called it. And I remember in his trivia game, I thought that was hilarious.
Wow. That's a good memory. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Another one where it's like I felt bad for Donald Sutherland for being the only
Yeah.
actor in this movie not nominated for an Oscar, and he still never has been.
I cannot believe he's never been. That's
Is
so
that
wild.
right?
Yeah,
He won an honorary
never.
Oscar. In that movie.
Wow.
He's like the Jeff Daniels of Terms of Endearment. That's what made me think of this. I'm like, wait, is that the other one? No, it's this one. It's the
That's
other
right.
melodramatic
That's
family
right.
movie that won Best Picture in the 80s.
Yeah, this
Well,
is that.
And
Well,
then
that being
Mississippi
said-
Burning with Gene
Sorry.
Hackman and Willem Dafoe is outstanding. I'll just say that. I watched it again for the second time this week. And between the two, I would rather watch Mississippi Burning, as hard of a subject matter as it is. I mean,
Mhm.
neither of them are, fun to watch movies, but Mississippi Burning is much more interesting. And I don't think Ordinary People is based on a true story, which, Mississippi Burning has that going for it. And Willem Dafoe and Gene Hackman are amazing. And it has my girl Franny McDormand, who is also fantastic in this movie. Plus, you got really young, like Michael Rooker in there.
Oh yeah.
Some other really good actors before their time, now that they're famous now.
Yeah.
I remember watching this and what was the other one? Midnight Express for the first time. I watched them both back to back the same day, not realizing they were both the same director. And I was like, oh, that was a weird accident. But yeah, Mississippi Burning, gorgeous cinematography winning, sad but awesome movie. So
Yeah.
Was that before? Was Mississippi Burning before Blood Simple?
after.
Okay, I was gonna. Okay, when you said young
4 years
Francis.
after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been okay that much. All right.
Yeah, I would have to go with Mississippi Burning also. I just watched Ordinary People for the first time this week. And I mean, as good as it was, it just kind of, the ending didn't do it for me. There's really no closure, and Mississippi Burning is just an epic story.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go with that, even though there's a lot of writing on that poster.
This writing is credits.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
credit?
everybody in
The one that
movie is
turned the
listed.
tide. That's right.
Everybody in the movie is listed on the front of that poster.
Yeah. It's not reviews, it's credits. So
Ah, okay. So that's different.
credits for the heart of reading, because it's very big credits.
Great cast.
It looks like a newspaper clipping also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like missing. Yeah,
What's your
yeah, go ahead.
Or Huck, here, are you talking? Go ahead. There's no rules here.
Yeah. I was just gonna say because I love Alan Parker stuff. He also did The Commitments, one of my faves, is one of my hidden gems.
Yeah.
That and that film just sticks with me more than Ordinary People. And Hackman, God, everything Hackman touches is just I could watch him in anything. So yeah, I'm gonna lean towards Mississippi Burning too with Tony.
I sadly have not seen Mississippi Burning, but you all have me very excited to see it because I really do like Ordinary People. I think it's a fantastic Best Picture winner, a unique one. Really like the cast in it. Kind of diving into like a new topic of that era. I feel like now it's not, but of that time, it was kind of like, oh, whoa, are we sure we want to, talk about this? So, I think that's kind of interesting about it. But yeah, I really want to watch Mississippi Burning now, but I'm going to have to go Ordinary People.
Good pick.
Right. Both of the okay. I thought both of these were going to be first time watches. Apparently, I'd seen one of these before. I watched Ordinary People for the first time this go round, and I really did enjoy all the performances. Mary Tyler Moore, Donald Sutherland, Timothy Hutton was fantastic, and I don't know why he won Best Supporting Actor when this was actually his movie, and he should have won
Totally
Best
the
Actor.
supporting actor
He
fish.
should have won Best Actor for this because this was
He's
all
best
about
supporting actor in a
him.
lead role. That's what he went for.
So yeah. That's what blew my mind when I actually sat down and watched the movie because I knew he had won Best Supporting Actor, and I was like, okay, let me watch this. And I thought it was about the parents and then him being the son, but no, it's all about him and them supporting him. Crazy. But I had when I popped Mississippi Burning in and I started watching it, and it got a little ways into it, and I was like, wait a minute, this seems very familiar. And then it just other things started popping in my memory, and I'm like, I've seen this before. I don't know if anybody has ever watched one of those movies where you forgot that you watched it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I forgot that I watched this, but I did. Maybe I watched it when it first came out. So like 20 plus years ago, and like I just certain things like stayed with me, but subconsciously. But I don't know. But that being said, I love the rewatch, and Gene Hackman, fantastic. Willem Dafoe, very very good. Frances McDormand, great. Michael Rooker, like everybody said, yeah, great cast. But I like Derek said, the rewatchability. I'm gonna go with Mississippi Burning, even though it is a very harder subject, in my opinion, as much as the other one is as well. But yeah,
right. And the fact that Timothy Hutton was supporting actor and won, and so was Judd Hirsch for the same movie.
Yeah,
who played his therapist.
Right. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. I was gonna say that gave me very Good Will Hunting vibes when I watched that. I did like, even though this came out first, obviously it came out first. Yeah, but when I've seen Good Will Hunting, but when I watched this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's very Matt Damon, Robin Williams. I really like that. I like that interaction between Timothy Hutton and Judd Hirsch. Yeah.
They're both very good. It's just funny that they're both in supporting, which makes it even weirder that Donald Sutherland wasn't nominated for lead actor, considering both of those actors.
Yeah,
right. Supporting actor.
Yeah,
but yeah, Mississippi Burning's great, and it's a weird, like, straight Willem Dafoe. Like, we don't get like normal Willem Dafoe very often, and he's like the straight, narrow guy in this movie.
Right.
Gene Hackman's like crazy. He's just Gene Hackman. He's just Gene Hackman, everything he's ever done.
Hackman.
But he's good at it. He's good at being Gene Hackman.
Right.
Oh, look at this.
Benicio's here. Thank you, sir. He knows what's up. Mississippi Burning for
sure.
Mika.
Hey,
Benicio. Mississippi Burning. It's just, that's a damn good movie. That's all I'm gonna say. They both are, but Mississippi Burning is this one that, upon the rewatch, like, this still grips me, and it's one I'm glad I own and would rewatch again.
I really got to get on that one.
I was like, oh yeah, I have this. I forgot I bought it.
Yep.
I bought both of these for the first time for this.
Okay.
And I definitely like one more than the other.
You're gonna hold it.
We'll get into that later. I want to start with you, Huck, because you're the Tom Cruise fanatic.
I am, and despite loving Tom Cruise, this is easy for me. The Big Chill was Tom's performance. I'm just gonna say hands down. Like I love his performance. Worthy nomination, all that good stuff. But The Big Chill, the cast chemistry and the use of music, that's another one. Like the soundtrack was so phenomenal. I went out and bought the soundtrack. It's filled with classic old songs that's just so well used in the movie. It's not just there as background, it's there for character.
Yeah.
And I rewatched this recently. I have the Criterion, and it's so good. But every actor in that film has such a distinct persona. And Goldblum's hilarious. Goldblum is like the total super nerd who thinks he's got more game than he does. And like everyone in the house is sleeping with somebody, but he besides him, I don't know. I absolutely love The Big Chill. And I hope it goes far, but we'll see what you guys think. But for me, it's The Big Chill on this one.
Nice. What about you, Fish?
Well, I watched more on the 4th of July for the first time. For this, actually, not for this stream. I watched it for the 80's Best Picture nominees, which this came out in '89, not in '90. So so I was one ahead on this one, but I watched it. Great movie. I really enjoyed this. Great. Once again, Oliver Stone, Vietnam. But I really enjoyed Tom Cruise's performance in this. Going from hardcore, I'm doing this, I want to be this guy for my country, to realizing what it was all about and what it was all for, and not turning to the other side, but opening his eyes to what really went down. And so That being said, I have not seen The Big Chill.
I want
to. I know so much about this movie and the cast and everything about it, and even behind the scenes stuff. I know I got the hand. Hey, I got the hand. Huck gave me the hand.
I love you, buddy. I'm just playing with you.
Oh, talk to the hand because Elba don't want to hear it no more, right? Okay. But no, once like you said, it's I love everybody in that. I know everybody in that movie. I just have not ever seen it. And like I said, I know behind the scenes stuff. I know like who's in the casket. I know who they went back for. I know that stuff. I just have not ever seen the movie. Yeah, but yeah, unfortunately,
when you do, let me know.
Sorry.
When you see it, let me know what you thought. Because
all right. I definitely will. Absolutely. That's yeah.
I watched it on HBO Max, I think, for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's on there if you don't. Because it's a Criterion I keep almost buying.
Okay, see, that's what I thought. I thought I saw that, and when I was flipping through Barnes and Noble, I thought I saw that there. Okay, okay, but unfortunately, because I haven't seen it, I'm gonna have to go with Born on the 4th of July.
That's all good.
What you, Derek?
So Tom Cruise is a dynamic, energetic, and just dedicated actor, but he did not grow his own mustache for that movie. That is a terrible mustache. And if he did grow it, that's the worst mustache I've ever seen. It was so bad.
That's what the mustaches look like in the 80s.
You were there, man.
It was just I don't know.
Hair and makeup was pretty bad.
I was gonna say, has anybody ever seen him with a mustache? I mean, honestly, has anybody ever seen him with one?
Maybe
that really was his.
Maybe his is that stringy. But
I doubt it.
Yeah, the Born on the 4th of July is good. I like it enough, but I like The Big Chill more. Tom Berenger's character, I really liked him a lot. Yeah, I like that part when he's watching. I can't remember what he's watching, and he didn't know either. But I love that part when somebody walks in and he's watching TV, and they're like, "Hey, what are you watching? What's it about?" And he's like, "I don't know. Don't you just ever let art wash over you?" I'm like, yeah, I do that with a lot of movies. I will just put them on and then let them wash over me. That always stuck with me. I love that part. And the sneakers, I love these shoes. I'm never taking these shoes off. It's pretty oddly quotable. But yeah, the music's great. And Kevin Costner's feet are in it, right? Or is it his hands? I can't remember now.
All the body stuff.
From here to
all those body shots
and his arms a little bit. And that's it.
Yeah, I think it's like this.
The wrist.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
They do the wrist. They do that. Yeah.
They cut out just enough so they didn't have to pay him anything.
See, Huck, I know things about it. I just haven't seen it.
Yay, fish!
Big chill one for me.
What about you, Tony?
Yes, I've only seen these once back when they were released in the theater. And the only one I really remember, of course, I remember different things about The Big Chill, but I don't remember loving it. And of course, Born on the 4th of July is a tough watch, but to me, it's more of a Oscar-worthy type film. If you think about what I'm saying about it being the Oliver Stone and subject matter, so I would go with Born on the 4th of July, even though he had that terrible mustache.
Yeah.
This one's it's up to me now. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm glad I watched them both. It's like I like them both for very opposite reasons. They're they couldn't be more different. It's like the super dramatic lead actor driven performance war movie versus the dramedy ensemble piece set in one location. If the Screen Actors Guild Award ensemble thing existed back in 1983, I can guarantee you The Big Chill would have won for that.
Absolutely.
I'll give it that. But as far as something that actually interested me while watching it, I would have to give the points to Born on the 4th of July. So I would lean that way. And Tom Cruise is great in that movie. And he also lost to Daniel Day-Lewis in 1989, along with Morgan Freeman. It was a tough year for that. Big Chill was just weird to me because it was like, oh, we're all friends and we haven't known each other for 20 years. And like, hey, will you have sex with me so I can have a baby? That's all I got out of Big Chill. It's just like,
a little deeper than that. It's a little deeper than that.
It's just weird. It's just like, does everyone who just known each other for 20 years just want to sleep with each other because they want to have a baby? Like,
that's the way it was in the 80s.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You grew up in the wrong decade.
I said I had to research and dig deep for guests to make myself the youngest member of a panel for the first time in history. And I managed to do it.
So everybody probably figured this out, but Born on the 4th of July, I saw a screening of that with Oliver Stone for the 30-year anniversary. That's how I had the chance to meet him for that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Is that
he wouldn't sign my copy?
It's no Platoon, but I would still pick it over the Big Chill. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the one that was pure hangout. You picked that one, right? Born on the 4th?
No. I picked Big Chill.
I think Tony and
Tony. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just here's two I wanted to watch and never got around to. So who's seen these and tell me about them? Derek, go ahead.
So the mission I watched on Jack Black's recommendation in the movie The Holiday. And I am not as big of a fan of it as Jack Black is. I don't know. I think maybe I was just expecting more just because it was brought up in that movie and all the other movies surrounding it that he also brought up in it are, very well-known movies that I do love. But yeah, I just didn't get much out of the mission. And it was many years ago, probably over 10 years ago when I watched it. So I don't have that much memory of it. Chariots of Fire I've watched multiple times. And it.
There we go. Twist it. There it is.
And so Chariots of Fire. That one I find weird. The score and the movie don't really match, other than the opening when they're running and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna go Chariots of Fire. I like it more than I remember liking The Mission.
Chariots of Fire is the movie that beat Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'll just put it that way.
Crazy.
Even for score, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
That's no.
How about you, Hook?
Yeah, well, first of all, everything you just said is blasphemy. The fact that the score, the only reason it won Best Score is because it had a track that could play on the radio that placed on Billboard charts. After that, I mean, come on. To this day, everyone does the dun, 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 when they're doing something heroic around whatever, Very few people, unless they're running in slow motion, go ding.
Yeah, when I run,
nobody does it. When I run, no. No, if I run, I'm gonna play the Oscar, the Rocky theme.
The Rocky theme, yeah. Or Eye of the Tiger.
However, with everything I don't enjoy about Chariots of Fire, it's was a little bit more. The mission is so intense, the ending is so sad. It's just I'm going to lean with Chariots on this one, but I cannot wait for it to go away. That's all I'm saying.
It will go away.
I'll take it here, and then that's my last vote.
Man, I can't wait for either one of these to go away. Oh man, they were both very lengthy, as you know. Man, okay. I fell asleep during the mission. I don't know if it's because I had it on late the first time I watched it, but I finished it up. And oh my gosh, I mean, I don't know.
Do it, fish.
I don't know what to say. I watched it I watched them both for the first time, and for homework, and Jeremy Irons was great. Robert De Niro was great, as they always are. But the cinematography, everything about it. The subject matter also fantastic. Because you know, real life. Like, I mean, that one's real life too, obviously. But this one's a little more like I don't know, hit you a little harder. You know, back in the day, what they actually did, like hunting down Amazonians and selling them for slaves, and you know, and the that thing. But
Yeah.
but then you've got this, you know, very great Olympic story and stuff of Chariots of Fire, and also, yes, like you said, soundtrack. What's that? Vangelis? Yeah.
Vangelis or whatever, Evangelist, yeah.
But oh man, I don't know. Both of these, I would probably watch Chariots of Fire again as opposed to The Mission. But I mean, I enjoyed The Mission for what it was. After all is said and done, I really did enjoy that movie. But yeah,
Excuse me.
I'll probably watch Chariots of Fire again. Yeah.
So what are you picking, Fish?
Chariots of Fire, like I said, yeah, I'd probably watch Chariots of Fire more than I would watch Mission. But yeah,
sure you're
yeah. So Chariots of Fire, I'm going Chariots of Fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Tony? Since I haven't seen either of them, I'm guessing you've seen at least one of them.
Yeah, I've seen Chariots of Fire, and I do not care for either one of these films, but Chariots of Fire would, and I say I don't care for either one. I have never seen Mission, but Fish didn't sell it to me. As far as it being good, Chariots of Fire for just the song alone. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got Dennis Christopher in it. He's good.
Ben Cross. I mean, you know.
All right. So I would have probably picked Chariots of Fire just like by default because it won Best Picture. So
enjoy it while you can. Chariots of Fire.
Oh, look at that.
Here we have Dead Poet Society, a lovely Peter Weir film. And Coal Miner's Daughter, the other movie I have in my groove cart, along with Out of Africa, that I decided not to buy this week. With the Academy Award-winning Sissy Spacek role.
Yes.
I really wanted to see that one.
Sang every one of those songs herself.
Oh, she did?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it perfection.
Unlike that Rami Malek fellow. I haven't seen Coal Miner's Daughter, so I'll let someone who has seen both of these go first.
I've seen both.
Okay, you go then, Tony.
Okay, both of these films are great for their own reasons, but I'm a big Sissy Spacek, Loretta Lynn fan, so Coal Miner's Daughter gets it for me. I love a good biopic, and to me, she did perfect as far as singing all those songs and nostalgia. That would be my pick.
Excellent. How about you, Dirk?
I've unfortunately never seen Coal Miner's Daughter, but I'm guessing out of the two, I would probably like it more. Dead Poet Society, has a place in our culture. I feel like it's quoted all the time. Oh, Captain, my Captain. But I don't know. It just, for some reason, like as a kid, when I was thinking of Robin Williams, I really only wanted him in comedies, so I don't know. I had an aversion to his dramatic roles or something. So I don't know. That's a me thing, but I think I have to pick Dead Poet Society because it's the one I've seen. So I'm going to do that. And because to honor Robin Williams. So,
there you
go. Loretta Lynn's away this year, so, she needs to be honored.
Right, true.
It's so funny you said that, Derek, about Robin Williams. I was the exact same way. It took me forever before I saw Dead Poet Society because I'm like, that's not Robin Williams. What is he doing? No. Right. And yeah, so I have since seen it, and it's pretty great. I want to say, I feel like I saw Coal Miner's Daughter so long ago because I remember I have images of her singing, all those songs and stuff, but maybe it's just trailer flashbacks. So because I feel like I've seen Dead Poets more recently rather than when it came out. And it is Robin, who I do love. I'm going to lean toward Dead Poets as well.
Ash, how about you?
Dead Poets was spoiled for me in the 90s on Friends for some reason. there's an episode of Friends that spoiled it for me. Anyways, that being said, I'd actually seen Robin Williams in a dramatic role before this. I watched him in The World According to Garp, and I love that movie, and I had seen that. But for some reason, I didn't want to see this. I still haven't seen this. I still haven't seen Dead Poets Society, even though I know so much about it. Once again, like I said, I love film. We all love film. We all love film, and it's throughout history, and it's throughout pop culture knowledge of things that we, throughout the years. It's been out for so long that we learn things. But Coal Miner's Daughter, I have seen, and I adore this movie. Sissy Spacek, like Tony said, is fantastic. She's one of my favorites as well. Tommy Lee Jones was great in this movie. So I'm leaning Coal Miner's Daughter, obviously. So,
ooh, I like it.
Race.
Well, I feel bad because I haven't seen Coal Miner's Daughter, but
see it.
Compared to most things, I would have to say, "Oh, Captain, My Captain," and pick Dead Poet Society, because it's just one of those movies. It's, even though it's not my favorite, it's one that still gets to me. It gets me in the misty eyes,
in the feels.
All right, so which William Hurt movie is gonna win this? Because I didn't have a chance to watch either of them.
Oh no.
Fish, you watched Accidental Tourist. Kiss of the Spider Woman's like out of print on everything, so I couldn't buy it.
You know what? I was actually up in the air between either one of these right before cramming, right before the stream started, and I actually got one in. I actually got The Accidental Tourist in. I really enjoyed this movie. Kathleen Turner, Gina Davis, William Hurt, Bill Pullman. Oh my gosh, I'm missing two other supporting, but regardless, this cast was great. Oh my gosh, Gina Davis. You can see why she won the Oscar for this.
Yeah,
great performance. The way okay, so his character is very, very this is how it is, because he writes books about traveling, and this is how you pack your suitcase, and how to economize everything and be very concise and specific, and how you travel. And then accidentally breaks his leg. The accidental. Well, actually, he's actually the accidental tourist. His books. Regardless, sorry, I'm giving too much away. But he meets Gina Davis, and she's fantastic, and she breaks him out of this comfort zone that he's been living in, like this kind of rut. You think?
Yeah.
And she opens his world in his mind, and Kathleen Turner's his wife, and they split up. But then, oh my gosh, but I'm talking too much. Sorry. But towards the end of the movie, I'm sorry, I just watched it, so it's fresh in my mind. And like towards the end, he gets, man, I don't want to say anything if nobody's ever seen it, but he starts to piss me off a little bit with his decisions, and then he takes one last trip, and I'm like, gosh, are you really going to do it this way? And then,
leave it at that. Leave it at that. I know where you're going. Leave it there.
Yeah, exactly. I'll leave it there. But I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy this movie.
Don't ruin this 40-year-old movie for me now. Don't do that.
But I really did enjoy this movie. It was really good. Great performances by all. So, and I've wanted to see Kiss of the Spider Woman. I like seen trailers since I was a kid of this movie, and I see that poster. And Raul Julia and Sonia Braga, and you see all these great names, but I've not ever seen this movie. And I've seen like the trailer or commercials from when I was a kid. That's all I know of that movie, and I still want to see that, but I haven't. So sorry, that was my long little rant on Accidental Tourist. I just watched it. Sorry.
Yeah, he was literally watching it like as we were like preparing to go on. So he's not kidding. How about you, Hawk? Where are you at if you've seen either or both of these movies?
Oh yeah. I've seen them both. And William Hurt's performance in Kiss the Spider Woman is amazing. You know, he played a gay performance, and it's the first time I'd seen, you know, him play out of character, out of type like that. And I was really sort of captivated by the performance. And I always love Raul Julia and Sonia Braga. They were great. Like, performances are really good. It is funny that this is the William Hurt like off right here. But Accidental Tourist, yeah, everything that I'm going to go just say what Fish said, right? Because you summed up Accidental Tourist so nicely. And Gina Davis is so delightful. Yeah, I mean, just as the film, though, and also I have another one of my pet peeves. This is the whole, you know, Chariots of Fire thing happening with Kiss of the Spider Woman. This is what beat Harrison Ford for Witness. So I'm pissed off that William Hurt won, you know, because this was Harrison's chance. So yeah, for little things like that, I'm going to go Accidental Tourist as well. Yeah.
Oh, William Hurt better. Come on. If it makes you feel any better, at least Harrison Ford's replacing William Hurt as in the Marvel movies now.
Oh, that's right.
That's his payback.
As odd as that is.
Payback.
And Hurt is fantastic in Spider Woman. He's worthy of that.
Yeah, he's great in everything. I've always loved William Hurt.
Yeah.
Spider Woman is the first movie in the MCU, or
yeah,
it is.
Right on. Jessica Drew is Spider Woman.
I haven't seen either one of these, but I find the Kiss of the Spider Woman poster more striking. The Accidental Tourist looks like a generic road comedy. So I don't know.
Yeah,
look at all that writing on there.
I love the poster pic. That's great. I agree. It is a better poster.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that drew me to it. And for some reason, it's weird. Like I said, I'd never seen it, but as a young gay man, didn't know I was gay. But for some reason, I was drawn to that movie. I just still have never seen it. But yeah,
it's really good.
It's hard to get for some reason.
Is it? Fish will find it on streaming. He's amazing at that.
Yeah. I looked into it. I think that was one of the ones that wasn't on stuff that I couldn't find.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, I got my little list here.
There's only a handful that weren't on anything, and that was one of them. I was like, damn it. And now the Blu-rays are like $50, even the DVDs, like super hard to find for some reason.
Jeez. Mr. Hangout?
Yeah, where were you, Derek? You talked, but you didn't say.
So I guess Spider Woman, just because the
poster
is more intriguing to me.
That's awesome.
In honor of the late Raul Julia and William Hurt, you'll go for
it looks like an alien crawling out of water or something. It looks like maybe Species Part 4 or something like that.
It does.
A much better species. Tony, have you seen either or both?
I've seen The Accidental Tourist, and Gina Davis's performance made me laugh, and I'm going with The Accidental Tourist.
Oh yeah.
So that's the winner then, I guess, by default, right? Because three y'all picked Accidental Tourist, yes?
Uh-huh.
All right. I haven't seen either, so I can care less.
Oh, you haven't seen
William Hurt wins either way. So I'm happy.
Here he is again.
Whoa.
There's the other.
He's in him.
There's 50 Best Picture nominees in the 80s. William Hurt's in 37 of them. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I was that's what we were talking about earlier before the stream. I was like, he is like the golden boy for Best Picture nominees in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, you want your movie to be nominated for Best Picture for William Hurt and that shit. Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter what he does. Get him in there.
All right.
He'll get nominated. Want him to be a Vietnam veteran who can't get it up? Get him in there.
All right, who's taking first?
Children of a Lesser God, which I haven't seen, and everyone's favorite DDL, Daniel Day-Lewis, and My Left Foot, better than the other one, the musical. Family Guy reference. Sorry.
I like the sequel though. My Right Foot. It's a better movie.
Everyone remember that in Family Guy when Stewie was in the My Left Foot musical?
Yeah.
Because I think I saw that before I ever watched the movie. All right. I haven't seen Children of a Lesser God, so I'll let someone who has go first. Who has seen Children of Lesser God? Huck, go ahead.
I've seen both of these, and Daniel Day-Lewis's performance aside, Children of a Lesser God just stayed with me. Really, like the Marlee Matlin is absolutely amazing. I'd never seen a performance like that. Who is somebody who's completely mute, doing sign language, and it's almost like watching a foreign film. Like when you watch her perform, you have to really pay attention. And I get the fact that she won the Oscar is just a beautiful thing. Like so beautiful. I mean, and not till Troy was a Sewer won for a Coda. I mean, and she was in that. If you guys haven't seen Coda, by the way, God, it's such a good movie. But yeah, I personally like. I get it. I love DDL. I get it. He's the GOAT. But Children of a Lesser God gets my pick on this one.
Yeah, and I'll just go ahead and just say exactly what Huck said. That would be my exact reasons. I do remember that Oscar. I remember the Oscars for that movie.
Yep.
For even both of these, but Children of a Lesser God would be my pick.
So I've only seen My Left Foot, and I think it's great. I think like with method acting, I think I heard about this before I heard about anything that Brando had done. I think this is kind of my introduction of hearing the words method acting was for My Left Foot. And I've also been interested in the young boy who played Christy Brown. He was, I feel like, just as good as Daniel Day-Lewis was. And let's say he got nominated. Would he have gotten a supporting actor? Is that how that would have gone, do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't give kids lead actor nominations.
Just use the ordinary people logic.
Yeah. Look at Timothy Hutton.
If he's young, he's supporting.
But not the Little Miss Sunshine logic.
Right. It's just interesting because he would be playing the lead, but the supporting version of the lead. But anyway, I thought that was a great movie, great performance. Like you said, DDL, at least in this case, was the GOAT there. I don't think he's always the GOAT, but he is there. So yeah, I'm going to go My Left Foot, but unfortunately I have not yet seen Children of a Lesser God.
How about you, Fish? Have you seen it?
Well. I have actually not ever seen either of these movies. I do know about both of them and both of their Oscar-winning performances. I like Derek. Pure Derek said.
Pure Derek, I love that.
100% Derek.
Pure Derek, not that convicted Derek.
They water him down.
Not that half and half, Derek.
Derek Anyway, method acting. This is the first time I'd ever heard of method acting, and it was really young when this movie came out for me. So, this is the first time I've ever heard of like somebody getting so into a role where that's who you are, all the time, pretty much. That being said, how much more can you get pretty much how you are than actually like living that? That's who you are. Marlee Matlin in Children of the Lesser God, there's a reason she won the Best Actress for that. And I've always admired the Academy for that. It kind of opened my eyes and you're like, wow, anybody could do this. Anybody can be an actor, and anybody can win an Academy Award. Marlee Matlin, strong performance. Like I said, I've never seen either one of them, but I'm saying strong performance had to have been, to get once again, like I said, I haven't seen either one, but for me, I can't say. Derek, do you want to, and then I'll chime in about what I think about.
I'm slightly biased because I've only seen My Left Foot.
Okay.
And not only Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing in that, but so is Brenda Fricker, who plays his mother, who's
from Home Alone 2.
Yep.
Angels in the Outfield,
which I just watched last night on DVD because it's not on Blu-ray, on glorious 480i full screen. She won supporting actress for that. She's great. I really like My Left Foot. That's a fantastic movie, but I'm sure I would love Children of a Lesser God if and when I got around to seeing it. So it's kind of hard to gauge, but like Either I'll just say my left foot. So either way, it's down to you, Fish. Let's put
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Where are you
now
gonna go,
it's me.
Fish?
Which way am I going?
which disabled person movie do you like?
Okay,
better?
well, that being said, I'm gonna go with the one who actually was a disabled actor, and go with Marley Matlin in Children of the Lesser God.
Yeah, smart, Fish. Well done.
That's respectable.
You know, there's a reason cheering that Oscar. I mean, not to take it away from Daniel Day. I mean, like, I love him, but
It's okay. He
Yeah.
won like 4 or 5 more times.
right, yeah.
Only
This
three.
this is her only one. I'm gonna give her another round for that.
Yeah.
She gets to lose the next time.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
All right, and yeah. See, there's Glenn Close, the William Hurt of women of the 80s.
Yeah.
Right.
And Tender Mercies. As we can see here, Tender Mercies has the words on the poster syndrome going on for it. While Dangerous Liaisons just has a fantastic cast
Yes.
of Glenn Close, Mr. Malkovich, and Michelle Pfeiffer. But having not seen either of these, sadly, I will not say anything beyond that.
100% see Dangerous Liaisons.
Nice.
That's
I do love
one
me some
you
John
should see
Elway.
that one. That would be my pick. Dangerous Liaisons.
Nice. What would you, Derek?
What stands
I'd
out
like
for
to-
you, Tony?
So,
what?
what were you
What
saying?
stands out for you?
For Dangerous Liaisons, all three
Yeah.
of those performances. And I've never seen, unfortunately, I've never seen Tender Mercies. But just looking at that, I can remember when I saw it, and I love that one.
Nice.
Glenn Close, amazing. I don't know if you ever watched the TV show Damages.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that was amazing too. I love Glenn Close and Michelle Pfeiffer. The other one I could care less. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that's the one Robert Duvall finally won for, was Tender Mercies.
Yeah, I really need
Yeah.
to see it. It looks like something I would want to watch.
That's another Kino Lorber movie I keep almost buying but haven't bought yet.
Yeah,
Just like
I gotta go see if I got that.
Sure,
I might
sure,
have that.
Derek.
How about you, Derek?
Whatever.
Well, he's looking. Have you seen these?
Okay. I've not seen Tender Mercies. I would like to, but Dangerous Liaisons I have seen. It's very good. I watched it during my Keanu Reeves marathon. I've seen every single movie Keanu Reeves has ever made, even his TV films. And this was right before Bill and Ted. So a young,
Nice.
Keanu Reeves in this movie. But yeah, it's pretty great. Like the story, the conniving, the just the drama like in it is kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Dangerous Liaisons for me.
Yeah, the cast is stacked. I was kind of shocked and sad that Michelle didn't take that home for supporting actress. Yeah, because they were both nominated, Glenn and Michelle.
Yeah. I believe so.
The funny thing with what's his name, Malkovich, is that he's supposed to be like this ladies' man, and whenever I look at Malkovich, I don't think he is that guy. Like I feel like they should have picked a more handsome, like conniving person in the part.
Yeah,
he's still good in the part, but the part calls for somebody who's supposed to be attractive to women, and I just don't see him
more of a
as
Billy
that.
Zane 80s role.
Yeah.
Odd choice.
I think my mom, or I've heard that before about him. Like, why did they pick him for that role?
Yeah, and the wig didn't help.
Exactly. Yeah. But despite that, and also that I don't remember Tender Mercies, I'm also going to pick Dangerous Liaisons.
I'm watching Tender Mercies tomorrow. I got it.
Nice.
Oh, is that what you went and got? Nice.
Yeah, I had to get that.
Come on, Fish.
Me, okay. I have not seen either one of these movies, but Derek, yes, we have seen Dangerous Liaisons. It's called Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
But no,
I've seen that, I think, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's favorite movie.
Yeah. But that being said, I would lean more towards Dangerous Liaisons because of that. Plus, all those actors are amazing. I love the costumes of it because I do remember the costumes of it, and I love a period piece, an old school period piece. So
it just seems the more interesting of the two, regardless of how great Robert Duvall probably is in the movie, because he's always good.
Right.
Oh, here's a fun. See, Raging Bull. I had my 4K and I still haven't watched it, but I've seen the movie a few times, so I didn't need to watch it. And Hannah and Her Sisters, which I did watch this week, and it was a film. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
There was people in the movie, and they talked about stuff, and there was lots of voiceover.
Yeah.
It was not very cinematic.
A narrated
whatsoever.
film.
Yes, I don't get why that won stuff.
I can't understand, like, Woody Allen has so many great movies, and a lot of them have bubbled up to the top to make it, to the Best Picture race. But this one, as I was watching, I was like, how did it do it? Is it just because of the cast, like who all was involved? They had a lot of friends in the Academy or something.
Timing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was up against at the time, but as I was watching, I was like, how did this happen? Like, Woody Allen has, great movies. Annie Hall made it, Midnight in Paris made it, others I'm sure have made it. But this one, I was like, why did this one make it? Why did it?
Not only was it nominated, he won for this.
Yeah. Why did it bubble up to the top?
Michael Caine and Diane Keaton, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Which was like, okay, I guess. I mean, I love Diane Keaton and Michael Caine. Who doesn't? But yeah, I don't know. I didn't get it either. The whole time I was like, I guess, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I was laughing here and there, but did not feel like cinema to me.
It was a little too voiceover-y for my liking.
Yeah.
And not in a good way, like Annie Hall kind of is.
Right. Yeah, I like good voiceover.
Really like. This was just like, okay. So Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Raging Bull 100%.
And I'm not even a big Raging Bull fan, but I'll vote for it here.
And Diane,
you guys have all seen Raging Bull. I haven't seen Raging Bull, and I did watch Hannah and Her Sisters for this stream, and I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I think it's my first Woody Allen movie. I enjoyed the performances by all the ladies. Actually, for some reason, I was more drawn to the Woody Allen Diane Wiest couple of it, and that was more of a side. I don't know. I love Diane Wiest though, but I really enjoyed that storyline a little more than the others. But
like the last 5 minutes of the movie, that's the problem.
Oh,
right, right.
Like 2 hours and 10 minutes long, and 3 minutes of it is Woody Allen and Diane Wiest together. It's like, oh,
right. And I mean, but that's the one that stuck with me. Those 3 minutes, it's messed up.
Did you Barbara Hershey, right? Yeah.
Yes,
She's good at it too, but like, I don't know, something about it just odd to me. Michael Caine winning for that is weird.
Yeah. So
then
here's
the next day I watched Right Stuff and it had Barbara Hershey in it. I'm like, oh, it's her again. That's funny.
This is a little spoiler, but did anybody notice when they were watching it that Diane Wiest her character was pregnant at the end?
Well, they mentioned it.
Well,
they did mention it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She tells them that she's pregnant. That's like the end of the movie.
Well,
okay.
Because he couldn't get Mia Farrow pregnant.
Right.
Yeah. And then they get pregnant, and that's what kind of messed me. I was like, so is it his or was he? Yeah. That's the thing.
Was it natural or in vitro?
Right.
Either way, he's going to marry whatever baby that is in 13 years. So
well, that's the thing. That's what I was getting at. Yeah. He has kids with two of the women. He has kids with the sisters here in this movie. Yeah. But then also his daughter at the time is in the movie as a little cameo. She's one of the kids at Thanksgiving, and then he grows up to marry her. So it's just kind of weird that he's having an odd relationship in this movie, and then he's going to have a future odd relationship with one of the little kids in the movie.
Wow.
That was the weirdest thing. Yeah, watching it now in that context, I'm like, wow, this is Woody Allen's life.
Right.
Oh my God, he was
like more normal somehow.
We are giving a lot of conversation to the movie we are not picking.
Yeah.
That's the most interesting thing about it is that Woody Allen
Go to the
is
next
weird,
one.
and this is his
I'm
lifestyle.
sorry. I'm sorry. I had to throw my 2 cents. You guys were all in on Raging Bull, and I was like, hey, let me disrupt this. I gotta talk about Hannah and her sisters.
Having said that, Raging Bull's amazing, and Robert De Niro is outstanding, and so is Joe
So
Pesci.
I've never seen it, and yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
okay.
I remember the first
So
time I watched
was
it,
voting, yeah.
when at the end of the movie, when it shows Robert De Niro in his later years, and he's gained weight, I was like, wow, that's really good makeup. I could not believe he had gained 60 pounds or whatever it
tried
was.
For that.
Wow.
It was crazy. Like, I'm like, it didn't look real enough to be real, but it was.
He Christian Bale that, huh?
Because you just couldn't
Christian
picture
Bale
him look
before it
like
was
that.
cool.
Yep. Christian Bale did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Raging
so-
Bull is definitely one of the 2 best 1980 Best Picture nominated movies that was black and white. I'll give it that. So yeah, Raging Bull, everybody. Raging Bull.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we're done talking about that weird, speaking of 1980 black and white movies, I watched both of these for the first time this week, thankfully. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff all around. Very different movies. I'll let someone else talk though, because I don't want to. How about Derek? Let's start with you.
So, who directed The Elephant Man?
Lynch.
Lynch. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I haven't seen either one of these, but I'm gonna pick The Elephant Man because Lynch directed it,
And the
and that's
poster.
cool.
I love your picking techniques. It's so good.
Well, what about
When
the
you have-
poster for the verdict here? Come on.
Right. I mean, I was interested in The Elephant Man as a kid. Anytime there were little things about him on TV, I'd always watch him. So that too. But I buy Paul Newman's dressings. Oh gosh, what do I do?
See, got a little harder now, didn't it?
I'm gonna go Elephant Man though.
That's so funny. His ranch. All right, well, I'll jump onto that because the ranch dressing is hilarious. It's delicious. It's delicious if you haven't had it. So I'm going to go verdict for me because I mean the performances are fantastic in The Elephant Man. It's just but Lynch is kind of weird for me too. But when I saw Newman in that, like when I was young in the 80s too, I wanted to come out here to be an actor and all that. And it was watching things like that, watching Newman perform and just own the scene as the lead actor. And like, again, why he didn't win the verdict, that should have been the easiest win for him. I just thought it was a fantastic crime drama with a killer performance by him. So of these 2, I want to lean towards that just because of Paul Newman and his performance in that.
He is great in that movie, yeah. And it also has a very young Bruce Willis in it.
Oh wow, I haven't seen it in a while, so I forgot.
He's in the last courtroom scene in the crowd of the courtroom.
Oh yeah.
Tobin Bell and Bruce Willis are sitting next to each other. They don't do or say anything, but they're there.
Wow.
Google it; it'll show you.
I
thought that was hilarious because I watched it. I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" So I had to look at all the pictures. How about you, Fish? Have you seen these?
I did watch The Verdict for the homework. I enjoyed it. But starting out, like I don't want to give too much about the movie away, but like most of the time you would want to settle out, but Paul Newman's like, no, I can win this. I can win this. And they're like, and when you're thinking about it, you're like, no, like you should have settled, dude. You should have settled. But if he had settled, we wouldn't have a movie. So
yeah.
So good thing he didn't settle. So I enjoyed The Verdict. But I've always been intrigued by The Elephant Man. Even though I love David Lynch, but I love Anthony Hopkins and John Hurd. Yeah, but I haven't seen it. But I know so much about it. From pop culture and everything.
That seems to be a pattern with you.
In the 80s, yes, because I was a kid in the 80s, but haven't had
I haven't seen a lot of these either.
But I did watch The Verdict. But yeah, Come on now, didn't Michael Jackson buy the Elephant Man's bones?
Yeah, that is a
Hey,
joke I always remember from the critic, I think.
You know?
Man bones.
Wow. But I'm gonna go with the verdict. Paul Newman. Yeah.
How about you, Tony?
Yeah, I'll go with the verdict. I did watch The Elephant Man first time today, and it was interesting. It's an interesting watch. Great performances, Anthony Hopkins, but it was just
It's Lynch.
yeah. Verdict. I've never seen the verdict, but verdict would be my pick.
Oh, that's strong then, yeah.
And I'm definitely buying the verdict. I've got it already ordered.
It's good.
It
It's
didn't
really
arrive
good.
in time for me to see.
Yeah, that's another one I watched on HBO Max, I think, this week.
I really need to start doing that.
Yeah. That's why I watched it. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, but I like them both equally, so it doesn't matter because you all said the verdict anyways. But Elephant Man is probably the least David Lynch movie out of all the David Lynch movies I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most normal of his movies. Like, there's a few like sprinkles of Lynchiness throughout.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward movie, and the Criterion Blu-ray is gorgeous. Like the black and white is just it looks so good. And John Hurt is amazing, and we can all thank the Elephant Man for giving us the best makeup Oscar, because there wasn't one when it came out in 1980, because it came out the next year for American Werewolf in London.
Mm-hmm.
But the makeup was so good in it that everyone was clamoring that it should get an honorary Oscar for makeup. But for some reason they did not do it, and the backlash was so strong towards that they created the makeup category at the Oscars. So because of the Elephant Man, American Werewolf in London got to be the first best makeup Oscar winner.
Yeah.
And it definitely deserved it. If you watch the movie, it's like, holy shit, this is great.
Oh yeah.
There's something.
Well deserved first best Oscar makeup. Yeah.
It's like it got nominated, I think, for 8 Oscars and didn't win any of them. And it's like, well, the one it would have won would have been its makeup, but it wasn't a thing. Yeah, Paul Newman is outstanding in the verdict.
What's interesting about you saying it didn't win an honorary makeup, that's strange, because like in the 60s, 69, Planet of the Apes won that award for, so it's not like they didn't do it before. So it's weird.
Exactly.
That was their chance. But hey, as a result, it's now a permanent category. So maybe that was best. It kind of got overlooked, and now to make up for it, we have makeup.
Right, exactly.
Which should have gone to Tom Cruise's mustache, but let's not.
Tom Cruise is terrible.
I'm an expert. No.
I swear, I thought I could see the shiny tape underneath the mustache.
Yeah.
I'm like,
wow, you've got a really good
see the spirit gum outline.
Yeah, it's either sweating
Right.
Oh, look at this. Oh,
no, my heart. Oh,
come on, fish.
All right. Well, you want me to start this off? All right.
Yeah, you already did. So go ahead.
Have you seen it?
Well, okay. 3 of my greatest female icons. Oh, actually 4 if you want to count Joan Cusack. But yeah,
let's count.
But okay, all right, let's count them. All right. Oh, actually 5. I forgot Olympia Dukakis.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Are you okay? Do you need a moment? We can come back to you.
Yes, I need a moment. Somebody else, please. I need to compose myself. Wow. Sorry.
Okay, look, he's composing himself. I'll jump in here.
Go ahead. You like Harrison Ford?
I have recently rewatched these, and Working Girl surprisingly held up for me so well. Like, and that was an accidental rewatch. I think it's on, what is it on, like HBO or Paramount, one of the streaming services. I'm like, I haven't seen that in a while, and I popped it on, and like 2 hours later, I was done. I'm like, God, that was really, really entertaining. Harrison Ford's great. Sigourney Weaver's awesome as the ball buster boss, and Griffith is fantastic. I mean, I do enjoy Moonstruck, but there's something really just charming for me. And like you said, Fish, Joan Cusack as her friend with the hair out to here. She had the
hair.
It's
all about the Aquanet, baby.
Oh my God, the 80s hair! You must bow down to the greatness of that hair. So I'm going to lean a little bit towards Working Girl for this one, even though you get the snap out of it from Moonstruck.
I have not seen Working Girl. Unfortunately, that was one I really wanted to get to for this, but I have seen Moonstruck. Love Cher in it, love Nicolas Cage in it, and the snap out of it, just how
so
annoyed
good.
she is with him all the time is just great.
Yeah.
So I got to go Moonstruck.
Yeah, I'm the same. Moonstruck all the way for me. Working Girl's really a good movie. I've only seen it once when it came out. It's like a $70 Blu-ray right now, so I haven't been able to add that one to the collection.
That's why I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
thank God for HBO Max.
Exactly right. But Moonstruck, I mean, look at that poster. That's amazing. And talking about big hair, Cher, you ought to, until she got that thing tamed.
Yeah.
In the second half of the film, it was pretty wild.
Right? This is the battle of the hairs right here.
And talking about de-aging, she went from old maid to spectacular, right?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's true.
Talk about a glow up,
right?
Yeah, I haven't seen Working Girl, but I rewatched Moonstruck for this because I'd only seen it once and my wife hadn't seen it, so we watched it together. And I mean, it's not one of my favorites or anything, but I enjoy it. Young Nicolas Cage is always fun to watch. It's no Raising Arizona, but I enjoy Moonstruck.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Cher's Oscar winning was another iconic moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Olivia Dukakis one too. She's great in everything I've seen her in, at least.
Pressure's off, Fish.
Well, that being said, I love both of these women, Olivia Dukakis and Cher. Great performances. But I just watched Working Girl again not for the first time, again in a long time the other night. And oh my God, I forgot how much I love this movie. You got a young Alec Baldwin in this too.
Yeah.
Being a douche boyfriend, but still he's in there. But Melanie Griffith, her hair at the beginning, along with Joan Cusack. And you got Oliver Platt's in here too.
Oh wow!
Nice. Yeah.
Right.
But Harrison Ford, and one of his first comedic roles that I ever saw. He was always Indiana Jones to me, and seeing him in this when I was younger, I was like, oh, that's different. And Sigourney Weaver too. She was always a badass in her first movies for me too when I was growing up. She was always Aliens. She was Ellen Ripley to me. And to see her in this, I mean, she was still like somebody who said Ballbuster, Ballbuster. Yeah. But oh my gosh, I love this movie. It's so much fun. Backstabbing and I don't know. It's like it's so good. Joan Cusack in this. She was nominated for this, yes?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about it.
should have won. She was so good in this. You know? Oh man. Okay. That being said,
that was the 80s Joan Cusack weird roles movies.
Yeah.
Time period.
But I'm going to Working Girl, even though it didn't win. But yes, I gotta talk about Working Girl. Watch it if we.
This makes me think of if anyone watches Bob's Burgers, there's an episode where they're doing a Working Girl play and a Die Hard play at the same time, so they combine them to make Work Hard or Die Trying Girl, and that's all I think about when I watch Die Hard or think of Working Girl now.
And thinking about Sigourney Weaver, after this role that she, after her character in this movie, it seems like everything after this is what she played the same character. She was pretty much done with that action,
that badass kind of,
That being that
more.
When she was trying to get Oscars and it didn't work out.
She got a little more down to earth. Oh.
I know what my pick is for this one instantly.
What is this? Oh, is that
Field of Dreams? Not to be mistaken with Moonstruck with the moon background and all.
Or E.T.
Atlantic City.
Right.
Which, Fish, you watched Atlantic City today, right? Didn't you?
I did watch Atlantic City today.
That
was a trip. That was different. Has anybody else seen Atlantic City?
No.
Didn't see it.
No? Okay.
Field of Dreams it is.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go because I've seen them both. All right. Atlantic City was a trip. Okay, so it starts out I don't know. It's weird how it starts out because it's described as a crime thriller, but it didn't start out that way. It starts out, well, kind of crimey, but then I don't know. It's weird. Burt Lancaster, Susan Sarandon. I don't know. I'm still kind of processing this movie, but I mean, I did enjoy it. It's kind of jumbled. I don't know. I don't know how
we should watch it.
I don't know how to describe it. I mean, watch it. It wasn't.
Was it good or bad?
It wasn't awful,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it was.
Exactly.
It wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this because. Okay, so it starts out. There's a couple. This guy. Okay, so basically it's a drug heist kind of thing. Okay, so this guy takes drugs from the mob, and he and his girl are driving a car, and she's talking about all the things that she wants to do. And then when they get to Atlantic City, you see Susan Sarandon, and they walk up and they're like, "Hey, we need to talk." Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, "Can you give me an hour?" And she tells her friend. She's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Who's that?" She's like, "That's my husband and my sister." But they're talking about their baby, and so that's how it starts out for me. I'm like, whoa. So her husband and her sister are having a baby. Where is this story going? And so I was kind of intrigued about it. But then it just gets to this, I don't know. Watch it if you want to watch it.
Is he winning you over, Tony?
No.
I know I'm not winning myself over, and I watched it. I'm like, the only reason I really watched it was for Susan Sarandon and Burt Lancaster, but I mean, I can't really suggest this movie. So I'm just giving my thoughts on it at this point, and they're not very good.
That was a good recap, though. That was a good recap.
Wait, I mean,
I totally understand the movie.
You know, okay, so yeah,
okay, so because I see it's a Paramount movie, I think, based on this poster.
I know, right? Okay.
So what you're saying is we need to watch Field of Dreams.
And if you haven't, then yeah. But I don't know. I'm still processing this movie too because I just watched it today. I don't know. But I'm going Field of Dreams. You got James Earl Jones, Kevin Costner, Amy Madigan, little young Gabby Hoffman. It's great. I love it. You know, it's
Dexter from Revenge of the Nerds. Everyone's in it.
Yeah.
The late great Ray Liotta.
Yes, yeah.
Someone said it in here. I popped it up here. Yeah, Mike said the Burt Lancaster battle.
Yeah.
All right, where's everybody going here? Let's keep it moving.
I haven't seen Atlantic City, so
I
know some of you are East Coasters,
personally, but Field of Dreams.
For my East Coast friends, we'll get
if they build it, they will vote.
They will pick it, and
we will click on the button. Okay,
done.
Oh yes, Rain Man.
All
yeah,
right.
I mean we've talked about him, so why don't we just vote? So,
right,
I'm going Rain Man 100% on this one.
Right stuff.
Right stuff. I'll go Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Sorry, Derek.
That's
Mississippi
okay.
Burning or Burn Out for July?
Mississippi Burning.
Fourth.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Is it a 4? Oh, we lost Fish.
Fish,
July.
he's like, Fish, like I can't vote.
I will go Mississippi Burning for sure. For sure.
This is a tough one. I feel like I can't go against my boy Tom.
Yeah,
but this isn't the one I will pick. This isn't the one. Yeah, the stash. That Mississippi Burning. Yeah, I can't do it. I'll come back.
I can't believe I voted for that mustache.
Yeah, Fish.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go Mississippi Burning on this one.
It's a damn good movie.
Here we go.
As you should.
Alan Parker. Wow.
I need to see it.
All right. Everyone's favorite movies they didn't really want to vote for.
Dead Poet Society for me.
I've only seen Dead Poet Society, so I'll pick that one. It gets you in the feels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I've only seen Chariots, so I'll go Chariots.
I'll just pick Dead Poets because I don't care about Chariots. It beat Raiders. Fuck it.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm going to go Dead Poets also. One thing I
All
wanted
right.
to mention about it, which is interesting, you think it's going to be Ethan Hawke's story, like the
Yeah.
way they show him and film him in it, and then it really isn't. Like,
No.
but you know at some point, okay, this is going to come back. This guy is going to, maybe this will become his movie. But it's amazing how long it takes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like when we had it on earlier. I was like, oh yeah, Ethan Hawke's in this,
Colin.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
All right,
tell
which
that
William Hurt performance are we going with this time?
accidental
Oh,
tourist.
man.
I haven't seen either, so I could care less.
Well, this
Mr.
time I
Hangout.
think I want to vote for the accidental tourist poster.
Yeah.
The generic road comedy.
But this one's black and white, all cool and stuff.
Yeah, classic.
Gina Davis.
They have equal words to credit to ratio.
You know,
Yeah,
I guess on this one I'll Fish. Have you picked in your head?
I have not yet.
All right. Well, I'll just end it. Accidental Tourist.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Some of these I'm just like,
I
I haven't
mean,
seen them. So.
I mean, Marley.
Ooh.
All right. Like I said, I haven't seen Dangerous Liaisons, but Raging Bull is probably the movie Martin Scorsese should have won his first Best Directing Oscar for. So I'm going to go Raging Bull.
I'm going to go Liaisons.
I'll go Liaisons with you.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, you guys, because I haven't seen either one, and I didn't know which way I was going to go.
I just want the chat to know that I voted for Raging Bull.
Oh wow.
That was a
Please don't
hot take.
subscribe to the channel.
Moonstruck.
Moonstruck.
I'm going Cher. I'm going with my girl Cher.
Moonstruck.
Yeah, Moonstruck.
Oh,
yes.
really?
Those dressings are good, though.
I mean,
Moonstruck
because
is
for
more-
me,
I'd say
for me,
Moonstruck's
the
more fun, but the verdict is better. It's
Yeah.
weird. But Moonstruck, whatever, I don't care. These are both like, yeah,
it
they're
doesn't
both
matter
really
if you care. It won.
These
Yeah,
are
great
both
pasta
good movies.
sauces,
I
too.
don't care which wins. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, where are we at?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Rain Man for me on this one.
We're just dwindling it down so ET can win at this point. I have a
Rain
feeling.
Man.
Rain Man.
Well, then let's keep going. Rain Man, come on.
I haven't
If that's
seen
where we're
Mississippi.
yeah, they're both great, but Rain Man, yeah, the better 1988 Best Picture winner.
going. See, that's the Tom Cruise movie I was waiting to hold my
Yeah.
choice for. God, I still don't care.
Accidental Tourist for me on this one.
Dead Poets.
I'd go Dead Poets because I haven't seen the other one, but I like Dead Poets.
And I'll do Accidental Tourist. So Fish, you're the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah, accidental. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh.
Seems like we already did this one.
I know, right?
I know. It
Did we
feels
just
like
do
it.
Go with you, Tony, because you've seen them both at least.
Moonstruck.
Okay.
Just yeah.
I think Moonstruck would be the one I would probably put in first. It's an easier, more fun watch. So yeah, Moonstruck.
Yep. Moonstruck.
Even though I like the remake of Dangerous Liaisons better, I'm gonna go with Moonstruck.
All right. I would pick it by default, so it doesn't matter what I think. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Same. Rain Man.
Yeah, Rain Man.
Rain Man's making a lot further than I wanted.
I love Rain Man.
Then you won it.
Okay, Battle of the Moon. Here it is. I did it.
Battle of the Moons. Oh my God! Look at this.
Battle of the Moon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
You thought it
amazing.
was
How,
Indiana Jones E.T., but no, it was the moons. Is what
Oh,
it
that's
is.
funny.
and see the, way
funny if it
the cornfield and then the cityscape.
Oh wow.
The background.
Wow.
Do you like a moon with trees and a sky, or a moon with black and some buildings? Better.
Are these the last two?
It's
No,
city
'cause we have
country. It's city country.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Is that New York and Iowa?
Yeah.
New York in heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iowa.
Is this heaven?
I'll go Field of Dreams on this one.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Okay, I'm odd man out, but yeah.
Field
Your girl's
a very
great.
unenthusiastic Field of Dreams from me. Here is
Yeah.
Rain Man. for
Rain
sure.
Man. Rain Man.
Oh
For
yeah,
me.
Rain
Field
Man.
of Dreams.
Oh.
Midwest boy here. Field of Dreams.
Me too, Rain Man.
Oh no.
Yeah, going Rain Man. Yeah.
You're surrounded by lutefisk, though, right? I'm surrounded by corn.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
All the money.
See, I'm happy either way because these are like two of my favorite movies from this decade. So
Yeah. I would go with lighthearted E.T.
I'm gonna go E.T.
Look how quiet we are, Fish. Is anyone
I
going
know,
Rain
right?
Man?
I'm like, is it fond memories of childhood and great child performances, or is it like grown adult stuff that's very impactful adult performances? And like, I'm torn between the two.
that's a good analogy though, because that's like a kind of sort of what I'm thinking. But the funny thing is for me is that I like grew up on both of these, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that moon looks so more duller after seeing Moonstruck.
I know
Yeah,
those
right?
are so much brighter.
Oh yeah, we should have Field of Dreams win, so it could have been the moon battle at the end.
Here, Fish, put up your hand. Let's get our mojo going right here.
Okay.
What are we feeling? What are we feeling? E.T.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning.
I was feeling it from Fish's hand. I had to go.
The first one I saw in the theater. I had just recently watched Rain Man fully for the first time, so I'm going with the nostalgia and the beauty and the epicness of E.T.
The sci-fi element.
Yeah, it has that not a normal Best Picture nominee, especially for the 80s goes.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, especially
all these
after
movies
everything
are like,
that we've gone through tonight. Yeah.
And we have one movie about aliens, and everything else is a biopic, historical drama, war movie,
And one
something.
and a couple of comedies.
And a handful of comedies that squeaked their way in and didn't win.
Yeah.
Right.
And a baseball fantasy somehow.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, E.T. Not by a lot though, because I love Rain Man a lot. Like these are easily like two of my favorite movies of this decade, and I've probably watched them both a comparable amount of times. But it feels weird not picking E.T. Get out of there, you thing. There we go. So there it is. E.T.
There it is.
The best
winner.
Guys, this was a
about
tough
I didn't
decade.
even have to rig it.
This was a rough decade, man. Thank God.
It's
I mean, are you talking about like watching wise? Like,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah. I feel like when it came to the Oscar movies that they were hard, the popular movies of the 80s, fantastic. I could watch them all day. These, a lot of these are one and done for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of them were. A lot of these I haven't seen since I saw them originally in the 80s.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And even some of those I'd watch again. I know you haven't seen.
But of course, the things that I like, such as E.T., Moonstruck, those kind of films, Raiders of the Lost Ark, are the ones that I watch regularly.
Right.
Yeah. Because they're all not 3 hours long and they're funny.
Yeah, exactly.
And entertaining or unique in some way or shape or form.
Or you can watch Red.
Or
you can
not.
watch Red and be like, what happened? I don't know, Russia or something.
And we've learned that several of these that we would like to own are apparently out of print and super expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I was lucky
disappointing.
Red's on Blu-ray at the pawn shop I worked at before it went out of print. So I was like, hey, I have that before it needed to get re-released.
I just want Working
John
Girl.
Cena.
I gotta get it.
Yeah.
I may have that
They're
one.
great ones. Like if you haven't seen The Verdict, go see The Verdict. The Verdict is great. It's on HBO Max.
I want to watch that one. I'd like to
Burning,
complete
great.
the list and get them all watched at some point.
Right.
Got a lot of catching up on this decade still.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, definitely.
We
Absolutely.
did pretty good though.
Yeah.
I don't think there was one category where no one saw one of the movies, right? There wasn't one where we all went, nope,
Pretty
none
much,
of those.
yeah.
were seen.
I think everyone saw at least one of them.
No, you're right.
Maybe-
I think somebody saw something.
Nobody saw The Dresser, did they? The Dresser?
No.
Not
But
even the
luckily
people
it
who made
went
the
out,
dresser
I
saw
guess.
the dresser. It just got nominated. All those words on the poster, they was like, "Oh, I guess we better nominate it."
Yeah,
Telling us it's really
that's
good.
another we've learned, right? Too many words, don't watch it.
The only
Right.
the only year that I actually saw every single film nominated for Best Picture was 1988.
I think I had
think-
1989 and one other one. I
Same.
can't remember which.
Yeah, I know I had
that's,
89.
Yeah, mine was 89 and
maybe.
90.
Yeah,
Actually,
the 90s are
Yeah.
much. See, people complain about the Best Picture. Like I said, people complain nowadays, like, "Oh, no one watches these movies nominated for Best Picture." I'm like, "Yeah, but they're a lot better than most of these movies,
Yeah.
and they're a lot more unique than most of these movies." Just because they didn't make $100 million, because there was no
Right.
other
Oh,
way
and-
to watch anything back in the day, 40 years ago.
yeah.
So
Well,
just
my whole thing with trying to watch The Mission was like I grew up and there was a movie poster in the video store. It wasn't Blockbuster or whatever, you know, those mom and pop video stores that you had, and you had to
Video Country.
Yep.
they had the back room, you know. Oh, I mean ours did, but anyways,
They all did. They all did.
Mine didn't.
but anyways, I saw a poster of The Mission and it was Robert De Niro standing like this
Yeah, with the sword, yeah.
with the sword, and he looks so fantastic. That's why I chose to watch one of that in this homework assignment. I call it a homework assignment, but it's very fantastic to watch these movies. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing for me. It wasn't what I expected it to be. I didn't know what I expected it to be, but it wasn't that. I thought it was going to be some like kind of sword fighting, kind of epic kind of battle. I mean, it had it in there, but.
And
Very,
around
very.
3 hours
It turned out to be very, very serious. Very, you know, yeah.
Like Mike said, 80s wasn't the greatest
Right.
decade, especially
No.
following the 70s. But yeah, like Huck said, it's like if I think of like, oh, all my favorite movies, even like at my age, because I'm a tad younger than some of y'all,
Yeah.
came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on old horror movies like Evil Dead and Nightmare on Elm Street and all that jazz. And
Yeah. And none of those
I
came
grew up
out.
on Back to the Future. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, right.
Terminator.
Where
I
were
saw
those
Terminator 2 in
tonight?
the theater when I was 5 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, all that stuff. I
John
love the
Hughes
80s, but all
films.
these movies,
Yeah, John Hughes films. Oh, so good.
even
Oh,
those are
absolutely.
decent compared to this. It's
9,
just,
10, 11, 12.
they went way too heavy-handed. Like this is the worst example of Oscar bait, decade-wise,
Yeah.
It's
in the
so
history of the
true.
Academy. Which
How you doing,
I've
Johnny?
seen so many of them, so I don't have to watch them.
This decade now.
4:30.
I almost like
12?
I want to cancel this and just do the 2010
4:30
now.
comes early.
Oh my God, we gotta let Tony go to bed, y'all.
It's all,
It's like
it's all good.
Oh god, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. Sorry, John. Well, that's fine.
Us
We're
over here on
done
the
here
East
anyways.
Coast.
ET is the best movie ever, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to argue that.
give it up for
Hooray.
ET. It's
Thank
all
y'all
about
for
the
being here.
moons tonight.
All four of you that say
Yeah, it was. It was all about the moons.
A lot of moons tonight.
Battle of the Moons succeeded.
Yeah.
And, ET the Extraterrestrial won. Thanks all for coming. Next time we'll do a decade with better movies.
70s.
Either-
See you
yeah.
later.
All right.